Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Q and Cove. I'm Q. This is Cove. How's everything going today, Cove?
Well, outside of people being angry at me on Twitter, pretty good. You feel what I'm saying? Also trying to get lined up. I feel like I'm off center. Ah,
I think you just do. Oh,
damn.
okay. You can see yourself. Yeah, I put the virtual
Yeah,
camera
I see
on
myself. I'm good
today.
now. I'm good now.
You know what I mean? It's been an interesting day on Brown's Twitter. Unfortunately, like some people have certain accounts that I feel like you attract the wildest, like for whatever reason, people just want to argue with you about shit that they would not argue with like 8 out of 10 accounts with, but like you get chosen. And I feel like you got one of them accounts. Like, because sometimes also it does not help you that sometimes some of your shit like actually pops off on your Twitter where I'm like, oh, I've seen some of his tweets like where like my cousins know about it. Like,
That's always awkward when it's like, oh, you the one who said. I'm like, yeah, that was me. My fault.
mhm. You kind of like in the football space, the Dragonfly Jones of the Twitter space here. Like where you just see one of your tweets pop up. I'm like, I'm not even sure if I saw that tweet because Cove like is on my follower list or because somebody retweeted it. Like,
It's always interesting which tweets go viral. It's always the ones you don't think will go viral that blow up,
mm-hmm,
and then you got to be
mm-hmm,
ashamed a little bit.
mm-hmm. It always be the ones that catch you off guard, right? I'll say that.
Hmm.
The ones where you're just like, I'm just talking to my friend. That one goes viral. Like, for whatever reason. Like you are chosen to be the Twitter person of the day. But the reason Cope went viral on Twitter, and not even the reason, Cope ain't the reason this whole situation is happening. Mike Hall got arrested, and the details of that arrest are horrifying, especially if you look at it through the perspective of the victim in this case. Long story short, Mike Hall was seen by multiple witnesses physically grabbing his fiance in a aggressive way. Well, I think by the neck was in the report, and then also holding a gun to her temple while quote saying, "I will end it all right now." Now these are very serious, serious crimes that have allegedly been committed by Mike Hall in front of witnesses. This is a horrible situation I would like to remind people about, right? A horrible situation, not just for the Browns or from the perspective of how it affects you as a Browns fan, but there are real people whose lives are going to be dramatically different because of this that did not choose to be involved in this situation. Like the fiance did not choose to get a gun put to her head by Michael Hall, and the baby especially had nothing to do with this, and they're going to suffer probably all of the consequences of this thing. That being said, you did point out that there is a uncomfortable pattern here with Andrew Berry. And look, we're all Andrew Berry fans here, right? This is a safe space for Andrew Berry fans, okay?
We love Andrew. Let's just put it out there. Let's put it out there right now. We
I
love
don't know
Andrew
that
Barry.
man. I don't want to say I love him, but I
As a
appreciate the work
general
that he's
manager,
done.
as a
I
general manager,
appreciate the
Q,
work.
as a general manager, Q, come on now. You
I,
know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. You never know. But I appreciate the work that Andrew Berry has done. I appreciate and acknowledge that he has made this team much better since his presence here in 2020. You also have to be able to acknowledge that the amount of times we're talking about some shit like this has gone up by like what 400% since Andrew Berry has been here.
Let's talk. Let's be honest about this because this is a part of it that I don't think people are acknowledging for whatever reason. And I understand why people don't want to talk about it because it's not fun to talk about. It's a very nasty and serious thing that we need to talk about. But do people understand? This is the third offseason in a row where we are talking about a different player on the Cleveland Browns abusing women in some way.
Second year involving guns, like it is a concern. That and look, it's not just a parallel that it's another defensive tackle back to back. It's that there are consistently these kind of problems that have popped up. And you have to ask the question, how tight is the Cleveland Browns process when it comes to evaluating the off the field concerns? Because we talked about it. Off the field concerns in college can be pretty nebulous, right? You could hear that somebody is an issue and it's because their coach is like a dictator and the player didn't want to do everything they want to do. So like DeJuan Jones is a perfect example of that. I'm not saying Ryan Day was, but yeah, DeJuan Jones is a perfect example of that, right? Like where he has character concerns, but it's not because he has done or is trending in anywhere that would be like socially concerning. It's like, oh, this dude might not be the most dedicated guy. And also we need to acknowledge this is a football problem. People care more about DeJuan Jones' issues in football circles than Mike Hall's issues. That's, DeJuan Jones fell to the 4th round. Mike Hall still got taken in second. Like I know people have said they took him off his board, but the Browns didn't take him in the 2nd round because they thought he would fall. So this is the larger issue in the NFL, which is these kind of things. Oh, teams don't worry about that. But coaches are real worried if it feels like you don't love football. And there's a number of ways you can feel about that. But that has to be...
indictment. It's an indictment on not just the Browns, but just the NFL at large. Because as many people in my mentions have pointed out, and I've acknowledged, this happens, like every team takes on players with character concerns to an extent. It happens across the league. That's why I said I don't think Andrew Berry should get fired, like some people were suggesting or anything like that. I was like, because this is just part of what comes with being a general manager in the NFL. You're going to take on some guys who don't have the cleanest character. I get that. Completely understand that. My issue is this. If this is something that is happening consistently, and once we found out that Michael Hall did have character concerns before the draft, people were talking about it. People in Cleveland were not talking about it at all. That's why most people didn't know. But Andrew Berry knew. And now this happens. You see what I'm saying? It is a trend. It is concerning.
And it's important to note that even though this is a league-wide issue, and this is not just the Browns, and I understand that some Browns fans may have the instinct that we're getting picked on, right? Because that's kind of how it feels to be a Browns fan sometimes, that you do get constantly picked on for things that happen league-wide, and then you get pointed to as the bad apple, and if we just get rid of the Browns, and then these ain't going... Like, I get that. I understand that. But we do have to acknowledge that, one, the Browns are not like on the opposite side of the problem. Like, they are at least a part of the problem here. And two, that they are seemingly on the more out-of-pocket end of the problem here, right? Like, it's happening here more.
Let's call it what it is.
Like,
they did that to themselves. We all know what happened. We all know what they decided to do. They did this to themselves. So, of course, they're going to get scrutinized more. It is what it is.
And this deserves a lot of scrutiny, because if people had taken them off their board, the Browns did not have to take... Well, I don't want to say that the Browns did not have to take them in the 2nd round. But to take somebody in the 2nd round without fully being confident that they are at a place where these kind of things aren't going to pop up, right? There are other concerns you're willing to deal with. But if you felt like, and if the word was out there that this man is in, because I don't want to get sued, in a troublesome dynamic with the mother of his children, if you got that kind of thing going on, and it was I would love to know how far it went. Were the hearsay reports that were coming out about Mike Hall that were leading up to, hey, he's got character concerns? Were these police reports? Were these reports from people with authority within the university, right? Like, were there alleged incidents at Ohio State where RA or something was like, no, this man was like out of doing this and that? Or were these reports coming from coach? Like, what did they know exactly? Because taking a dude who you felt like, and it sounds like from the people who know these reports, like verbatim, that they're not surprised by this
at all.
like
That's like the scariest part. That was the scariest part to hear.
And to take him in the second round, and it's not like this is Johnny Newton fell to you at 54 and nobody expected this. You took him in the second round. This is a dude we all expected to be there at 50 and possibly in the third round that you took in the second round. So like, it makes me have to feel like you had to feel like you're confident in your process, or that part of it just is not a big part of your process. And this is where it does matter for the people who are only thinking about this from an on the field perspective. It's something that Cole brought up to me before the show. You cannot think it matters because the tape is so good on this player or the traits are so good. It doesn't matter if they have legal issues. Well, Michael Hall is likely, from what it sounds, going to be in jail. Tell me how that helps the Cleveland Browns. Like, even if we're looking at it from that cynical of a point of view, if he gets arrested, if he's getting suspended from the personal conduct policy of the NFL, he's not going to be able to help your team. That is as much as a reason to stay away from it as the moral reasons. Because I think the moral reasons stand out because obviously that's why people should be mad about this, not because it like inconveniences your favorite team. That should be an afterthought. But even if that's where you're at, it's not a great idea. And Cope, you brought up an excellent point about the Browns roster.
I would actually like to talk about this because I have a certain person in my mentions who we both know, and I consider to be a friend. I consider to be a pretty good dude. You know what I'm saying? And he brought up to me, well, do you feel the same about Andy Reid when the Chiefs take on all these players with character concerns like Rashee Rice and da. And I thought to myself when I read that, well, first of all, the players that they have with character concerns, one, they managed to stay on the field despite them. And I think that's a pretty significant distinction. But also, when you look at the Cleveland Browns, you would probably notice all of our best players don't have any character concerns whatsoever. Like, not one. Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, Denzel Ward, JLK, Zadarius Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson. Like, you could go look throughout the entire roster. No character concerns. None whatsoever.
If the quarterback has a good year. But outside of that obvious situation, right? Like, we're saying we're not making an argument for everybody. We're just saying most the play. The overwhelming, and here's another thing that I want to add to this.
Let me just clarify what I say. The Pro Bowlers and all pros on the roster don't have any. If you say that,
Deshaun Watson is a 3-time Pro Bowler.
He ain't been a Pro Bowler since he been here.
There's a way for people to slide him in there to your argument, but overall the point is that it's not absolute. But the point is this: even if that is the case, right? Deshaun Watson is one of like 12 players you mentioned. This is the thing that I don't get why this works this way in people's heads, which is, for whatever reason, a player being a character concern, it gives people in their minds, like, these players a boost in overall, like that they have bad character off the field. Like, that's how people view it. Because somebody replied to your tweet and said, well, you guess you don't want the Browns to win games because you want them to be more careful about the type of players that they select.
Somebody quoted me and was like, it's like, I want him to build a bad team. What? The best players we have don't have character concerns. What are you talking about?
The idea that the Browns, like, it's impossible to build a good team while having nobody on that team be arrested in the last 365 days is just an idea that I'm like, how is this like common? Like, it feels like people say this and it feels like it's common sense, but it makes no sense because, like, the vast majority of the best players in the NFL don't get arrested. Like, just don't get arrested. Like, it's such a small group of players that have had character concerns and paid off. It's a needle in a haystack. It's like usually when like somebody has legal concerns, especially like I think it's important to make that distinction, right? There's character concerns that you hear from coaches or people on campus that you can maybe confirm or maybe not. Then there's legal issues, right? People who have like confirmed run-ins with the police.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Which is what I think people think of when they think of a player with character concerns. Because I feel like he's the first player to think of, and the Chiefs traded him and then won 2 Super Bowls back to back. So even then, it's like, what are you talking about?
Because it's a complicated thing. Because games get played in college football all the time, especially with coaches when they talk to NFL teams. Some of these coaches are pieces of shit. Like some of them are pieces of shit, and they're only interested in their own self gain, and they will say things to teams to suggest something that's not even true to make sure a player comes back for a year, or to get back at a player for transferring, right? Like a lot of that bullshit goes on in college football.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm like more hesitant to be absolute on like, hey, if you hear something, don't take them. Because like, I understand that like, sometimes you're just hearing bullshit, right? Like a lot of times you're just hearing bullshit. And it's important to not give the college football coaches that much power in the selection process. But we're talking about legal issues. And another part of the problem here is that these guys could have gone through legal issues if they were normal people. But because they live in like a college town where the team controls, you know.
And they're good at football.
Yeah, and they're good at football. It doesn't end up becoming a legal issue, right? Like there's all kind of layers in mess that we are not going to solve with a 20-minute conversation on a podcast. But at the very least, we could agree that, hey, if somebody has legal issues coming out of college, you gotta really make sure that you're confident that that person is taking the steps to make sure that that kind of thing ain't gonna ever happen again. Like, I think that's the one thing too. We're a little bit too like eager to welcome somebody back. I got in trouble with this with the Kareem Hunt thing when this came out. But my whole thing with the Kareem Hunt thing was like, hey dog, like it ended up working out. That was not an Andrew Berry decision. That's important to make that distinction there, right? That was a John Dorsey decision, another GM who's known for that kind of thing, and that's backfired on him. But that was a John Dorsey decision. But I remember when Kareem Hunt got here, I was like, hey, I don't mind a player rehabilitating himself or somebody rehabilitating himself. I'm all for that. But I feel like you do got to like show that you have made tangible steps. I think that's a lot of people's problem with Deshaun Watson. Right.
I think that's a very true statement. Let's just say that. It's a very true statement.
That, okay, it's on one thing, it's like, it's a neutral thing that some people might interpret as good, that Deshaun Watson has not had any incidents recently, right? Like there's been no new allegations. There's been no, okay, that's neutral. It would be a better thing if you felt like Deshaun Watson understood why that situation happened and took steps to make sure he never puts another person in the situations that were alleged of him in those lawsuits. Like you would feel much better about the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns if you felt like he had learned and gotten better and done better. Like I think people want to believe in rehabilitation. It's just like you got to do it. Though, like I think there's a lot of people who think that rehabilitation is just a right and that we should just give you it. like it should just like immediately give them a second chance. That's not how second chances work, right? A second chance is a very difficult thing to earn. I feel like we just be like, oh, just give somebody a second chance. It's like basically wipe away their mistake and let them get a mulligan. That's a mulligan that people are arguing for. A second chance. You know how you get a second chance? You fuck up, you spend years understanding that you fucked up, and then you finally get another opportunity, and that's your second chance. That's the second chance, right? Like if Mike Hall resurfaces here in like 5 years and he's done whatever has been ordered of him from the court, whether it be jail time, whatever, right? He's done his debt to society. And it looks like he's taking steps in his personal life to make sure that he never ends up in a situation like that. And in 5 years, he playing UFL, whatever the fuck he's doing. A team decides to take a chance on him. I'm not about to stand in the way of that. That is giving somebody an actual second chance. And that's just me saying that. I don't want to throw Kolb in there either. Like, he might not think that. Like, and that's okay.
Let me just speak for myself real quick.
Like,
I'm not opposed to Mike Hall, in the future, if he does pay his debt to society, if he goes to counseling, which it sounds like he really needs to go to, because anybody who's as young as Mike Hall putting a gun to somebody's head, a woman's head at that, and saying, I will end it all.
His fiance's head.
That is the mother of your children, the mother of your child, I should say. That is
in front of people.
That's extremely concerning. Somebody that young would do something like that. That's very concerning to me. Like the football part of it is like whatever. I don't even really care about that. He needs to get help. He needs to get serious help. And whatever happens in the legal system, if he has jail time or anything like that, he has to deal with that. He has to serve his debt to society. But after that, I really hope he gets help because it sounds like that's what he needs. And if he gets a second chance after that, cool.
And I didn't want to make it seem like I was throwing you on the bus. I just wanted to make it clear that these are my opinions, and I didn't want people mad at you about some shit I said. Right? Like, because that should be happening. Right? Yep. Hope was just sitting 100%. There when he said it. Like, people get parasocial as hell on the internet, man. Like,
people be wanting me to fight with you on the pod. Like, you just want me to argue with you the entire time?
I'm like, dog, we friends.
If I feel the need to debate about something, he'll know. You know what I'm saying?
We debate all the time. Like, we just don't yell at each other because we civil. Okay, like
this is not Skip Stephen A. This is not that.
Yeah, this is not. Oh, I was about to say something I know is going to get me in trouble.
What you just go ahead and say it. Say it.
Absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not.
Text it to me real quick.
Basically, I was going to say something along the lines of, "Hey, dog, we not about to be on here dancing, like." If you know, right? But definitely not about to do that. That's messy. So that's the Mike Hall situation. Do you have anything else you want to add on top of this?
I mean, we'll get into what it means for the Browns a little bit later. I feel like we need to start talking about a little bit lighter stuff because this is serious and this is nasty and not fun.
Also, NFL fans, I would beg you, stop pointing the finger at other teams that are also shitty at these things that we are pointing out. It does not make anybody look good.
It does. It makes us look bad, man. It makes us look worse. Like, just stop doing that.
It does not. Like, every time Deshaun Watson comes up, I just see people like, oh, what about this player? I'm like, y'all, this is so bad. Everybody looks horrible to any normal person who looks at this conversation thread.
Like, it's bad, man. We just got to accept that it is what it is. Like, we don't look good. These things keep happening to the Cleveland Browns organization over and over and over again. It's a terrible look. It just is.
And I think the point needs to be progressed from, hey, it's just a bad look. It needs to be progressed from, in my opinion, it's a bad look. It doesn't even make the product better.
At all.
And we tired of looking like this. Like, I don't want to get to a point to where I have to explain why I'm an NFL fan. Like, hey, I don't want it to garner that level of a reputation, and it doesn't have to, because, like, if you let some of these people go, dog, the game gonna still be good. We got enough. We talk about all the time how Team USA would be amazing at football. There's enough talent, okay, coming out of the woodworks in this country to be really good at football, and enough talent that aren't doing questionable things from a legal perspective. We don't gotta hang on to these.
I don't get it, man. People take this stuff so seriously, and I'm just sitting here like, hey, man, first of all, Michael Hall, it's not like Michael Hall was about to be a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like Michael Hall was about to be a starter or anything like that, man. Like, it's a bad look, and taking these kind of players isn't even helping the team that much, dog. It's not helping the team that much.
And I will say, though,
if at all.
shit gonna start getting hot for Andrew Berry if he wastes a second round pick and Deshaun Watson doesn't play well. Like, shit gonna get hot. The block gonna get hot, and that's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's the risk that Andrew Berry took when he went with those guys. So, and it might not be something that people love, but that's gonna be what it's gonna be. I think Andrew does a great job. I think he could do a better job at this. I don't know why that's such a hard opinion to comprehend for some people.
I don't know why people act like I all of a sudden hate Andrew Berry, because I'm like, hey man, this thing keeps happening under your watch. It's a little concerning. We should probably ask some questions about it.
Hey, look, watch like what are the draft picks play, like Jawad Briggs or fucking Bookie Watson play well, and you like, yeah, look at Andrew Berry. So like, oh, now you an Andrew Berry fan.
Dog, you know what's crazy? I feel like I've been one of his biggest defenders on the timeline since he's been here, and now people acting like I can't stand him or I don't like him or I'm like being crazy or something like that, man. I'm like, hey, I just think it's kind of crazy how this is the third offseason in a row we're talking about a different player abusing women in some fashion. I think the general manager should have to ask some questions about that. You know what I'm saying? Answer some questions about that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's
By the way, if thinking about things as thinking of things that are anti Andrew Berry and pro Andrew Berry is just not a mind frame of a normal person. So like, if that's how you're stuck at looking at this, dog, just lean back, man. Just lean back. We not doing that. You like,
if we were a fan of any other team in the NFL and this was happening under the general manager's watch of said team, we will be asking the exact same questions. Why does this keep happening? But it's not happening to every other team, at least not every offseason. It's happening to the Cleveland Browns. So Andrew Berry should probably have to answer a question about why this keeps happening to the Cleveland Browns. Why is this a conversation that we have to have every offseason? From now, 3 offseasons in a row, we've had to have this conversation. Why does this keep happening?
And again, this isn't helping you because we're talking about the second round pick of the 2024 draft. By the way, when you haven't had draft picks because you traded for Deshaun Watson, now again, you got away with it because you got Martin Emerson and DeJuan Jones. You won't ultimately pay that much of a penalty, even if what happens to Michael Hall is what looks like it's going to happen. But even if you're just being cynical about football, right? If we're just talking about Andrew Berry and doing this and his ability to do his job, we're talking about a second round pick that's probably going to jail.
We haven't even gotten into the opportunity cost of making said second round pick, because there were other players that people wanted the Browns to take that they passed on. So
and by the way, all the people who tried to act like I brought Perion Winfrey into the Browns organization, I just want to make this one thing clear. I was talking about Roger Rosengarten all summer. Like, that's what I was on. Like, all spring. Hey, Cole witnessed it. I was talking about that Roger, okay? Since I saw him in that Senior Bowl, Kingsley Sumatia.
And that's what I was about to say. Kingsley Sumatia, he was the guy that everybody was like, we should probably take a left tackle just to get ahead of this whole Jed thing. They passed on him. He's on the Chiefs now. And Michael Hall's probably going to jail. Listen, that's something that Andrew Berry has to answer for. That is something that he has to answer for. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
From a moral standpoint, sure. From football standpoint, absolutely. Because, again, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Haslam is not thrilled with this. And, again, it ain't even because I think Jimmy got tight morals about this situation. I think Jimmy just mad that that's a second round pick. No matter how you view this, it's not a great spot for Andrew Berry. It's not a good look for Andrew Berry. And if I'm Andrew Berry, I would find it high time it should make an adjustment, because clearly this has cost you a second round pick and a fourth round pick. And a lot of benefit of the doubt has just been wiped away. Like with Andrew Berry. Yeah.
He doesn't have
like the Browns don't have benefit of the doubt, but Andrew Berry did still carry some benefit of the doubt.
Because
he cares
he's
about
good at his job. He's good at his job, genuinely. He's good at his job.
Like this isn't good. I promise you can find good players without having to take the risk on them. I understand the need we feel, but I promise you, dog.
You know what's crazy? He literally has found good players that don't have these kind of issues. I don't get it.
Yeah, like we just
JOK
don't
don't
got
have
to
no
do it.
issues. JOK don't have no issues. Grant Delpit don't got no issues. Like Martin Emerson don't have no issues.
I
Dewan
wonder,
didn't
I
have no
wonder
issues.
if it
Like it's
was
ridiculous.
something. Yeah, I wonder if this was something where like maybe he got used to like, because there is that bullshitty side of character concerns that you hear, right? Well, I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
and this is me speculating, it's like, oh, people was talking about JOK having issues because they didn't like how JOK kicked it in Notre Dame or something like that. I'm not saying that was the case, but I'm saying, I wonder if enough of those mounted up and then he was like, well, Martin Emerson liked to fight at practice. So like, oh, people did and all of this stuff. And then that got him to a point to where he just didn't care about what he heard because he had hit on so many of these and it hadn't been a big deal. Now, maybe one Perion happens and he's like, well, I kind of knew that was a calculated risk. It was a fourth round pick. I promise you this, dog. They're going to do more due diligence after this because a second round pick having a situation like this where you're either forced as a team to stand by him or get rid of a second round pick, they don't ever want to be in that situation again.
And let's just be clear on that since you mentioned it. Football is the last thing that matters right now in this entire situation with Michael. It's the last thing that matters right now. But if I'm talking about the football thing, we already got asked a question about the football thing in the chat. I saw it. Yeah, man, you probably got to cut ties with him. You probably cut ties with him as soon as possible.
And then I know the super chat was asking about Siaki Ika. Brother, did you see that preseason game? Siaki Ika behind like 5, 8, 9 dudes in that rotation.
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Sam Kamara was getting snapped in front of him, but we gonna get to that.
Dog, Chris Williams. Much better player. Jawan Briggs. I was like, damn, he already better. Better.
Jawan Briggs, the agenda is here. I don't like how we got here, but the agenda is here.
Honestly, if we really want to be cynical about this whole thing, nobody is sitting better than Maurice Hurst right now.
Oh, yeah. He's good.
Oh,
he's good.
Because that's who Mike Hall was coming for. You. It ain't happening now, dog. Mo Hurst, you might get that long-term deal. If I'm Mo Hurst, I was like, I bet Mo Hurst, I ain't going to go there. I ain't going to go there.
I know what you was about to say. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Right.
Don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that on the pod.
All
Don't
right.
do that on the pod. Don't do
I
that.
got company. Okay. I can't act like that. Like,
yeah, don't do that. But Maurice Hurst,
y'all don't know I'm joking. Like, or even if y'all do know I'm joking. Yeah, Maurice Hurst's a good spot.
He had a good spot.
All right, let's talk about so I found this sequence of events amazing. Just amazing, the cognitive dissonance that happened here. Both Team USA men's and women's basketball finish an undefeated international campaign that ends with them winning a gold medal. And the immediate question about both teams is how they're both in trouble going forward because international teams have good players. And on one hand, I understand it because we're not used to seeing Team USA play close games internationally. And then you think about it, you're like, oh, LeBron's going to be gone and Steph's going to be gone by the next. We're not sure if LeBron's going to be gone, but like we assume LeBron's going to be gone. KD, all these guys are not going to be here. And that's the core of the Olympic team. And people say, oh, but Wemby's coming. And that's true. How's Team USA going to compete with Wemby? And I don't know what your thought. I do know what your thought was because I saw some of your tweets about this or retweets about this. So I know kind of where you're at. But I saw that and I was like, do people not understand that the US's advantage in basketball is institutional? like, do people just think it's a coincidence that the U.S. is really good at basketball? Or like, do people not get that the U.S. is institutionally good at basketball? And that is just going to be the case no matter what, because the U.S. has the scales tipped in the basketball competition in ways that these other countries can't even fathom.
You know what I find to be very hilarious? It's that when people start talking about Team USA and how the rest of the world is catching up, when they say the rest of the world is catching up, what they're really saying is this: other countries besides the United States have produced elite talent at a volume that has never before been seen since the NBA has been an institution. Like it's not just like Dirk here and another guy here. You know what I'm saying? There are MVP, multi-time MVPs and first team all NBA players that have come from Canada, Serbia, Greece, really
Like,
Nigeria. But like
if you
you know what
build,
I'm
you could
saying?
build a really competitive world team
And
versus the
people act
U.S.
like that's what's going to happen in the Olympics, but that's not what happens in the Olympics. It's not the United States versus the world. If it was the United States versus the world, I'd understand what they were talking about, but that's not what this is. It's the United States versus one guy and then the rest of those guys from that country. You see what I'm saying? They're
They
never going
think
to
it's a
have the advantage
20v1.
that they do think it's a 20v1. I promise we're going to get through a pod without Kendrick and Drake references.
Now, how you know I wasn't referencing the genre of YouTube videos? Like, how you know? You made it a Kendrick
Okay.
reference. See,
Okay.
you made it a
Okay.
Kendrick reference.
Okay. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. But that's not what this is. You know what I'm saying? No country produces as many all-stars as we do. Canada, I guess Canada is kind of like it's probably going to get close here.
Can we clown
Maybe.
Canada for one quick detour? They ain't medal
At all.
Pathetic.
And people said that was the team that Team USA needed to be worried about. It wasn't even there.
They looked at a team with Dylan Brooks as the captain and said, yeah, the U.S. need to be worried about that.
Jamal Murray was god awful. Terrible.
Hey.
He might only be good against the Lakers. He might only be good against the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, this is a Kendrick Drake reference. Horrible year for Canada. Okay.
It's Drake's fault. It's Drake's fault.
I mean, like, look, I don't know what it was like for the rest of Canada, but I know for the Canadian brothers out there, you had to have had a bad time. Like, that happened, and then you don't even medal in basketball?
Didn't even medal. Who medaled? France and Serbia.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh.
Germany won FIBA. Germany won the FIBA World Cup. Didn't even medal.
That's
tragic.
Crazy.
Hate to see it.
Hey.
Didn't happen to us. Even in our worst year, we still won bronze.
Dog. Yeah, I know everybody was like, well, they got an MVP there. I'm like, y'all said I should have been MVP this year. You know? Y'all got players. They got a lot of players on Canada.
What they do? Nothing.
That's crazy.
But we worried about Team USA. Hey, can we talk about something else? Can we talk about something?
Did they even compete for the bronze game? Like, they weren't even in the bronze. They weren't even close to medaling, from what I understand.
No, Serbia played. Who did Serbia play? Serbia played Germany.
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. Serbia played Germany. Franz Wagner, by the way. I've seen you in the Game 7 against the Cleveland Cavaliers and the bronze medal game against Serbia. Might not be that dude when it matters. Might not be that dude when it matters.
I'll say France was pretty good, like, for the first 3 games in that Orlando series. Well, no,
that game
for like a couple. Yeah, but the game.
That Game 7 was awful.
Hey, you know who I want? You know who I saw? I was like, well, that's somebody I want with me when it gets tough. Bogdanovic.
Hey, hooping. Hey, respect to Bogdanovic. He was
after that buzzer went down, he fell down. I was like, I understand, brother.
He was crying. Hey, I ain't feel bad for him though, because he was talking hellish shit when
he was talking cash money shit though. And you know what? I respect it. Like,
he was talking shit when they was up.
Cash money.
Y'all got walked down. What happened?
Hey, and it was courageous shit talking because he went out of his way to antagonize Melo and then LeBron James, like, down 10. And LeBron still got it, dog, because after he did that, It was like LeBron took it personally that this lead existed. And every minute that LeBron was out there, you could just feel the lead erasing. Like, you could feel instantly. LeBron James says, okay, I'm playing for real. like,
I
the
promise you.
switch was crazy. Like the second he did the Melo thing to Melo,
He was
the next
like,
time out, LeBron, and you saw LeBron get into that argument, you was like, uh-oh. And then LeBron came out there swatting. Like, you know it's bad when LeBron really playing defense. Like, he playing defense like he used to be on the Cavs in like 07. Like, he really playing defense and shit. Like, that's how you know he's locked in. Like, if you've ever wondered, that's when Bron's locked in. When Bron is really trying to play defense, he is locked the fuck in. Get out the way, okay?
if any other team was down 17 in an elimination game, I promise you they're not coming back. They are not coming back in that situation. You could feel the walk down happen. Like, you could feel it like, yo, like, oh yeah, we about to come back. We about to come back. Steph was going crazy. And when Bron started taking it serious and they had KD out there, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
You know
no
what that
other
was?
country can do that. No other country can do that to another team. Like, nobody can do that.
Well, here's what it was, too. It was three of the greatest players of all time deciding this will not be a stain on my legacy. Like, it was all three of them with KD, Steph, and LeBron. And they did it in order, right? LeBron took over, decided, I am not going to be known as the dude who lost to Serbia in the fucking bronze game. Okay? That will not be on my resume. They will never let it go. Steph Curry decided that he really wanted that gold medal as part of his, we saw against France what he did in that gold medal game versus them. A lot of World War II jokes people could have been dropping on the timeline that would have been very inappropriate, but hilarious. Like, a lot of them, because Steph was dropping them. All right. And then KD, absolutely disgusting what he did to that young man from Serbia at the end of that game, where he just decided, ISO, I got him, killed him, smacked it. I'm like, oh man, we just got to see three of the greatest players of all time play on the same team together and decide that they not losing. We ain't never gonna see some shit like that for no time soon. All right. Like, that is not, even if the Olympics are competitive next year, it's not guaranteed we gonna have three of them on the team at the same time.
4 years from now. 4 years from now.
Oh yeah, what did I say? 3 years from now?
You said next year.
oh yeah. My
I
bad.
wish we was playing again. I wish we was playing again next year. We can see it again.
Yeah. We ain't never gonna see. By the way, Joel Embiid, welcome back, man. Welcome back, dog. You know what I mean? Hey, get your reputation back. Hey, he turned it on when it mattered.
Hey, he was cooking Jokic in that game when it mattered.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. And no offense to Anthony Davis, but I feel like it's a mental thing at this point, dog. Jokic see you and he just get excited. Right? He know he about to go all kind of crazy with these passes, about to make all kind of flow. Like, I don't know what it is about Anthony Davis, because he's legitimately an all-world defender, but not against Jokic. And it don't feel like it's for lack of effort.
Yeah, Jokic, sometimes somebody just got your number, bro. It is what it is.
Hey, yo, bro, it's
yeah, you might be like that, but not to me.
Yeah, dog. Every time Anthony Davis was out there, I was just cussing Steve Kerr out. Like, get him and Ant-Man out this fucking game. Like,
hey, Ant single-handedly gave them like 10 points, and it was still in the game.
Ant was so bad in that game, dog.
I couldn't believe. I was like, why is he still in the game, bro? Why is he still in the game?
Ant was awful. I was watching Ant like, what are you doing? What are you doing, dog?
He legit was trying to help them win, bro. I was like, if you're trying to win this game, you got to sit him down now.
Yeah. I was about to blame Cat for the loss. Of
course you were.
Yeah, because, they don't eliminate the Nuggets. How does Jokic have this much energy? Gave him extra months.
Anyway, I want to talk about something that pissed me off about this whole discourse about Team USA, because it's really ridiculous when you think about it. Because Dennis Schroeder was like, oh, well, in Europe, we have higher IQ and, it's coaching. And I'm like, first of all, Y'all, how are you gonna say you have higher IQ than a team that has LeBron James on it?
Hey
First and
man, can we
foremost, like,
just can we bring this up too? You can't
what are
be
you
on
talking
the
about?
German national team talking about high IQ and shit. Like that is very scary. You out here talking about
Listen, bro.
eugenics? Like,
It's
like
a
you just
it's
naturally
a
superior? Like,
it's a dog whistle. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog whistle.
oh,
I was
it
just like,
most
hey, come on, man.
certainly is. It's just people ain't gonna catch it because dentists don't look that different. But you know,
It's not even Dennis. It's not even just Dennis. I've
yeah.
noticed the trend here. I noticed the
It's
trend
a
here.
kind of thing where just people think that the US just like we hear this stuff passively. We're like, oh, well, you know, European teams actually practice and they run systems. And we hear this shit from the college to the NBA level where it's just, you know,
When they start talking about AAU, you can tell what they're saying. It's
some
pretty obvious what they're
lazy.
talking. It's pretty obvious what they're saying. It's pretty
Yeah,
obvious what they're saying. Even though we
yeah.
beat them every single Olympics, we beat them, and then they talk
It
about
is.
it's more IQ and da
They're
da da.
one step from talking about, you know, it's their culture. Like, you know, we're real close. We're real close, you know, to getting to that point where they say that. And it makes no sense. Not just the best basketball players in the world have been from the US. It's the smartest ones in the world. And I want to get back to this point. It ain't even because like we got the right stuff to grow them in the US. It's not because there's anything naturally superior about being born in the USA. It's nothing like that. That's not why the basketball is so good here. We have an institutional advantage that is just borderline ridiculous at this point, which is we got a giant ass swath of land. We got the most well-funded league for professional basketball that you could play in and make the most money in, which means somebody like Joel Embiid can play for Team USA because that man lives in the USA, and that's how you could get a Joel Embiid, or what, ain't Bam a similar case?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we not only have that advantage, we have the advantage of having all of the development for professional basketball in the US. Now, there is some development outside the US, right? I don't want to just make this a US centric thing, but a lot of the best players from international competition come to the US to play college, right? Like that's still a thing. All of the infrastructure is in the US at the highest level. And then even if you do come from a different country and then you come to the US to prove that you are one of the best basketball players, the US still has a claim to have you on the US team. They're always going to be really good. It's like wondering why like European teams tend to dominate international soccer competition when that's where the Premier League is. It's like,
You don't see us complaining about. You don't see us complaining about that. Saying we got the
yeah,
higher IQ players. Because
yeah.
it's a lie.
We
wouldn't be saying
don't
that.
see us out here talking about how we got the real hustlers of soccer. We sound
No.
stupid. We just saying our dudes is dookie. Okay, that's all it is. It's cope. It's cope. And when you do that with intelligence, by the way, it's not just cope. It feels wrong. Okay, like.
I'm just gonna say it. It feels real racist. It's what you
like,
say.
hey,
It feels real racist. You know what I'm saying?
what you mean, dog? They can't like that don't make any sense to me. You know, LeBron James can't think and run at the same time. Like, what do you mean? Just because he's faster than you, you gotta be smarter? Like that don't make any sense.
I saw a dude on Twitter who was like, well, you know, I feel like LeBron and KD and Steph and all these guys ruined the NBA. And then so I was like, well, who do you think? Like who do you like? He was like, well, you know, Jokic. I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. I see
Luka?
what's happening.
Steve Nash.
You like Dirk too, don't you? Like, come on, bro. We see what's going on. We know what's going on.
we know what it is. You know, we know what it is. We know what it is. We have this talk about literally every form of basketball that we play here in the US. Now, this conversation existing with the women was even more egregious because, like, I could see the argument with the men if you just look at it in a vacuum very narrowly. Oh, they're losing these players. Ant-Man's not there yet. But in 4 years, Jason Tatum and Ant-Man and whoever the fuck else is on that Team USA team, there's a dude right now we don't even know about that's probably going to be on Team USA in 2028, and he probably going to be fired.
AJ.
Right? Whoever. You know what I mean?
AJ,
hey, man.
AJ and Cooper Flag. AJ and Cooper Flag coming.
Dog, Evan Mobley could get to that point, right? Oh, you imagine Evan Mobley in the LA Olympics?
Man.
Get that jumper up, man. Get that jumper going, dog. They need you to space. So that's one thing. People doing this about the women's basketball team. I watched the men's game and I'm like, you know what, man? These teams are playing good, and it's to a point to where the U.S. might not have the best individual player on the floor. They're always going to have the best team. But, you know, the best player in the NBA is Jokic right now, at least in my opinion. And that looks like the case when you watch Jokic in international competition, you know, being able to hold his own with the Team USA. And that's going to be fun to watch. I hope it happens for Wemby. That's not an argument you can make internationally with the women's basketball game. Like, I was watching the women's game and I'm like, oh, Angel Wilson started slow. like,
hey man, there were some tweets about her slow start that were just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous.
You look at the end of the game and like a bad Angel Wilson game is like what, 25, 13, and like 8. Like, she's literally LeBron. Remember when like they gave Andre Iguodala the fucking NBA Finals MVP because he held LeBron to like 30 and 5. Like, that's where Angel Wilson is at, dog. So
hey, I'm not gonna lie. France played the women's team closer than anybody I've seen in a while, man. Woo, it was close. They were sweating that one out.
Closer to anybody other than the TWNBA.
Who's coming next time?
Hey, dog. And by the way, this is how I know Team USA will be fine in both of them. The only people who could beat Team USA were the people who were mostly from the USA. I know Jonquel Jones is from the Caribbean, but like mostly from the USA who just did not make Team USA. Which is to say that people feel like you could have put a better team out there than what the USA put out there this year.
People still absolutely feel that way. It's like we didn't even put the best team we could have put out there.
Here's my thing. It's gonna be okay. Like, I get the arguments. Caitlin Clark could have been on this team. Angel Reese could have been on this team, and that would have been great for them. But let me tell you something. It ain't gonna hit. Like the first time they on the Olympic team together is in 2028 in the fucking US. Let me tell you, people talk about expanding the game. Yeah, dog, that will be some of the biggest shit ever. Okay, Caitlin Clark winning gold? Did we not just have this conversation like 10 minutes ago? Like, how excited America gonna be about that? And they all represent, we got Angel Reese, you know what I mean? Like,
man.
Whole country is gonna be together, locking arms. It's gonna be like the Chris and Blood picture out there.
All right. No,
Cole, look at me. They gonna have 4 years. It's gonna get so toxic. Like, if you think the discourse is bad between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark now, 4 years of rivalries. And like 3 of them years, the way them teams looking like, they gonna play each other in the playoffs. This shit gonna be serious. Like,
don't they have another game? Don't they have another game against each other?
The WNBA knows what they doing. They kicking it back off. I think with Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. I think it's like Labor Day weekend or something like that. They gonna let you know the playoffs coming. Like, but yeah, I think they got one more game, and they're in the same they're in the same region, so they're gonna play each other 4 times a year. It's gonna be playoffs. Cole, we gonna get so polarized in 4 years. We gonna need them goddamn Olympics, okay? Like,
When they go from the Olympics to actually playing on the same team afterwards, it's gonna be great.
Ooh, ooh, where
It's gonna
could
be
they
great.
play? Like,
It don't matter. It don't matter.
you gonna put a team like that, Chicago? Hey, by the way, Angel Reese, shameless, tried to recruit Gabby Williams after that game. I would have too. Like, I was watching her like, ain't no way she can't be in the league. Like, she doing that to Stewie. Like,
Hey, speaking of you, dude on the French team, the male French team, who dunked on Brian, what's his name? Yabasule?
oh yeah.
Said he might be a calf.
Oh, I heard Mac making the point. Like, Mac been making the point for
You
like
know Kenny
2 weeks.
Atkinson on the French, he coaches on the French team.
Hmm.
Yes, I was like, oh yeah, that actually made, and he played well. He played well that whole Olympic run. So it makes sense.
Mm, all right. That sounds good.
Hey,
But
that
yeah,
dunk
man,
on
people out
Braun,
here
I was like, okay, okay.
got my
Back up
attention.
big. I can see it.
But yeah, Team USA, I feel like they're fine in basketball. Also, like lost in all of this. Hey, Team USA track, y'all are back on top. Like I don't know, it hasn't felt like Team USA track has been on top of track and field for a while. Like I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it's been about like Usain Bolt. So like that's who takes up
Jamaica.
most of the attention. Yeah, in
Jamaica.
Jamaica and all that. But you know, the US is back. Like that was the big thing that I got from this Olympics is when it comes to track and field, we are back. When it comes to women's swimming, we are back. When it comes to men's swimming, we are gone and we might never get it back. Like
Yeah, we're done. We have Michael
yeah,
Phelps. You know what I'm saying?
it's over. Michael
It's
Phelps,
over.
Ryan Lochte, we not get see look, the US is not institutionally great at swimming. Like you can tell the difference between the sports the US has just got an institutional advantage on and when we like everybody else because it sure look like it. Like,
Hey man, once we had the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. We ain't got the GOAT no more. It is what it is. Shout out to Piece of Hair for the subscription. We appreciate you.
oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's over with on that swim team. But then we back at track. Speaking of being back at track, your boy,
No. He is not my
fellow
boy.
anime enthusiast. My man got a Weeb account. You know, I found out what that is this week. Like
A Weeb account? A Weeb
it's
account?
apparently it's a burner account that you use. That's just like an anime account.
You can't just talk about anime on main?
No, because y'all some weird dudes. All right. Not saying all of y'all, but the weirdest shit I see on my timeline be coming from them anime weeb accounts. Y'all got some freaky shit that y'all want to okay.
I ain't a part of that. I am not a part of that whatsoever. I'm not a part of that.
Do Rail watch anime?
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew it. Anyways.
I got him on anime.
You the virus.
I might be.
You the super spreader. You an evangelical. Like,
How's your anime watches going, Q?
I haven't started yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been too worried about the status of the country standing in Olympic competition. You know what I mean? God, sorry for being a patriot, Cole.
Hey, chat, what's worse, being a patriot or liking anime?
Sorry, I love this country. Hey. Damn, I wanted to see if we
great again, Q. Make America great again, Q tier.
Absolutely not. Okay. All right. That's where the joke's end.
See, you gotta get serious.
No. See, now you done took it there. Now I gotta get my hair cut because I'm like, what would make you even think about saying something like that, Cole? Like what is it about me? Like,
who you voting for, Q?
oof. None of your business, but y'all know.
Correct answer. Absolutely the correct answer.
Yeah. Absolutely not doing that. Oh, yeah, let's talk about your boy, Noah Lyles. That's how we got here. That's how you were so offended by me saying Noah Lyles is one of y'all that you out here trying to associate me with all kind of stuff. Wow.
He is not one of us. He is not one of us.
Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. That's crazy. But Noah Lyles.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a man like Noah Lyles.
Damn.
There's one thing I can't stand. It's a man like Noah Lyles. I hate. You know what I hate about Noah Lyles? He got quoted in something that he actually said, and then tried to say it was a rumor because he's like, "Why y'all want me to go to Anthony Edwards' event? Why y'all giving him a shoe? He not even an NBA champion." And he said this out of his own mouth and then tried to turn around and act like it was a rumor. I can't stand a halfway hater. It's the worst kind of people they are. If you a hater, you supposed to stand on that.
Cope, I'll never forget you. I will never forgive what you just did to this chat, by the way. I would never forget what you just did to this chat. Yeah. Y'all never forgive what you did to this chat.
What are the answers? What are the answers?
No, you done made it toxic. You know how you did it. Okay. Can't believe you did that.
I wanted to know what the people were thinking.
No, you don't. But yes, Noah Lyles. Let's talk about Noah Lyles. I said this about Noah Lyles. He feels like somebody who ain't got no homies. Right? Like, there are some people you meet and you like, yeah, he feel like a big brother or he feel like a little brother. And then there's Noah Lyles and you just like, whose brother is this? like the best description of Noah Lyles is whose man? Whose man? I think Bobati Jones said this. He seemed like the type of dude don't nobody want to claim. And this exact thing, we just literally experienced it where you just didn't want to claim him for the life of you. Okay? Like nobody wants to claim this man. And there's a reason. He just comes off as, how do I put this? Delicately. Extremely unlikable. You know what? He's a bad hang. That's what he is. My bad. He's a bad hang. Like the first time we hear of Noah Lyles, what he doing? Starting some stupid fucking argument about a world championship in basketball. Why? Which one's harder? I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. Why are you having this argument? Anybody who argues about their job being harder than yours when you ain't said nothing to them about their job, they an asshole most of the time. Like, if I was just sitting here talking about, yeah, man, congratulations on winning the world championship, and Cole was like, you don't know how hard it is to be a social media manager. It's actually the hardest job in the world. Way harder than being a YouTuber. Well, fuck you too then. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
He said, fuck you too then.
Like, why are you doing this? And I feel like Noah Lyles just be hitting you with the why are you doing this right now energy. Like he won that gold. He ran 9.79. I'm sitting here like, you know what? It's something about the boy that I don't like, but he ran 9.79. And you know what the first thing Noah Lyles does? The first thing Noah Lyles does is bring up that stupid ass argument on the timeline. And I'm just sitting here like, why? Why? Why are you still bringing this up? Why are you beefing with Team USA right now? Why? And then that whole quote about him not wanting to go to Anthony Edwards thing because Anthony Edwards isn't even an NBA an NBA Finals champion, and he has his own shoe, but you don't. And I'm not going to get into the economics of it. I don't I don't love arguments where like, well, nobody watches your sports, so you don't get a shoe. Because I feel like sometimes we miss the point with those arguments. My whole thing for Noah is, why the fuck did you bring up Anthony Edwards to make that point? You could simply say, hey man, don't want to go. I want my own shoe. I'm not going to do your event until you give me what I want. And you know what? I would have been on here standing on it for standing on business for Noah Lyles. Like, yeah, he deserves it. Stand on it. But you got to throw Anthony Edwards under the bus? Why? What purpose did that serve? And then,
you know why? You want to know why? You want to know why he threw Anthony Edwards?
We all know why. This man,
not just because he a hater, not just because he a hater, because you lame, bro. You lame.
That's it.
That's why.
That's it.
Lame.
Ooh,
you lame.
That's the perfect description. He's lame. Like this motherfucker lame.
And not because you watch anime, and not because you do like nerdy or geeky stuff. Because there's a bunch of people I know who do nerdy or geeky stuff, who are cool people, who I like being around, who just cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? You lame because you seen somebody getting a signature shoe, seen somebody getting a bag, and another black person on top of that. And your first instinct was to try to throw him under the bus. Why he getting this? Why you ain't doing it to me? That's lame. That is lame that you would do that. And then you seen a bunch of other black men who won an NBA championship. And he was like, well, y'all not world champions because it's the NBA. It's not. You lame for doing that. You are lame for doing that. And that's why when he was running, all the NBA players went because they was hoping you would lose. You see what I'm saying? It was hate watching. They was hating. You know why? Because you be doing little lame shit. And when you do little lame shit, people don't like you. That's why.
That's the perfect thing. Because you could be a lame for a lot of different reasons, right? It's like my equivalent term is like a dork. Like there's nerds, there's smart people, there's geeks, then there's you being a fucking dork on the timeline. Like, why are you like this? Why are you acting like this? And that's Noah. He's a lame. That's exactly how he would have been categorized in high school. It's like, oh, this motherfucking dude, he's lame, bro. Like, yeah, he fast, but this nigga lame. Like, that's like, when you said it, I'm like, oh, that's exactly how I feel about him.
Like, come on, bro. It's crazy how you can be one of the greatest athletes this country has produced.
Hey.
And be that lame, bro. Like, what are you doing?
You thought the money, power, and fame would make you it go away?
I promise we're gonna get through a power.
I don't think it's gonna stop coming up. It's not like we try.
For real. But it's for real. It applies though. It really applies. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Once a lame, always a lame. Like, because you know what it is. He has never addressed what it is about how people have reacted to him and what has happened to him. Because I bet people bullied him. He seems like he got bullied, right? And bullying sucks.
It does.
And like on some scans, he deserves some sympathy for that. But also, you got to unpack that shit, dog. You gotta figure out what it is making you lame and fix it. And he 28, he ain't done that yet, man. That man just gonna be a lame for life. He gonna be 35, doing all kind of lame bullshit, saying all kind of lame, like it's just who he is now.
This is my thing about Noah Lyles. You have demonstrated consistently now that when you see other people have success, you feel the need to shit on it for no good reason at all whatsoever. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that to me,
address that hate in your heart.
That's indefensible. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you've seen this man getting a shoe, this young black man getting a shoe, getting a great opportunity that he deserves because he's one of the best players in the NBA. I think he's the best shooting guard in the NBA right now. And you tried to, for lack of better words, you tried to shit on it. You could have went there. You could have showed love. You could be like, yeah, I'd love to go. It just like been up there, dapped him up.
This was a perfect opportunity to be like, hey, man, whatever we feel like about world, you even got to give in on your argument. Just be like, hey, bro, we here for Team USA, and then just piece it up with them. Knowing the politician that LeBron James tends to be in situations like that. I bet LeBron was like, hey, man, let's reach out, let's squash this. And Noah was like, now.
That's lame. Like, that's lame to me.
That
is lame to me that you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Like, that's crazy to me.
And then it makes it so that when you come out for the 200 and you're doing all the Macho Man, Randy Savage entrance, jumping around, putting an arm around like your Hulk Hogan, doing the whole nine, and then you get bronze. Now we don't feel bad that you had COVID, and that's why you couldn't finish the race the way you wanted to.
Bro, he was the only person who competed for Team USA who lost that people were happy lost. Only person. You gotta look inward at that point and be like, okay, what is it about me that's making?
Hey, bro,
feel like
to be at this level of polarization and it not to be about politics is crazy. like this ain't even people being mad at the political stance that you took. And I would be like, it's normal in this country, like whatever. But this isn't about any of that, dog. This is simply because we look at Noah Lyles and have a reaction to him as how he carries himself as a person. That's the only thing that's in here. This has nothing. It's just deeper than none of that. This is just simply about how you react to Noah Lyles and the stuff that he puts out there publicly.
And it's all warranted. It's all 100% warranted. Because he brought it on himself. Like, bro, nobody told you to do that. Like, nobody told you to try to shit on the NBA champion or try to shit on Anthony Edwards. You decided to do that. So people have every right to
and
not
why
like
you choose to beef with the NBA specifically? Like, does baseball not have the same issue? Like, is it because the basketball is an Olympic sport too? Like, what made him do this?
You see what I'm saying? It look away to me because this is twice now. Because when did he do this? Did he do this when? Who won when he did this? It wasn't the Celtics.
Was he talking about the? I think he was Was it about the World Championships? Like the U.S. didn't win FIBA or something like that.
I'm trying to figure out what team specifically won where he felt the need to do that.
This was 2 years ago. I think it was
2
the
years
Nuggets.
Ago? Was it the Nuggets?
Yeah. It was either the Nuggets or who won the year before the Nuggets?
Was it, I want to say, I think it was Celtics, Nuggets, Bucks? Was it?
Bucks was 2019, yeah.
No, it wasn't. Because Lakers were 2020.
No, the Bucks were 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021. And then it was Nuggets, right? Nuggets and the Celtics, or am I missing somebody?
We're missing somebody. Hold on. NBA champions.
Who am I forgetting?
There's somebody. I'm pretty sure. Golden State.
It had to be the Warriors.
It was Golden State. That's exactly
Golden State. That's why I forgot because they won. Yeah, that's what I forgot. Yeah.
We all try to forget. That was arguably Steph's most impressive ring.
It was Steph's most impressive ring, for sure. 100%.
For sure. Yeah.
That's how you know we're not Warriors fans.
Yeah, Golden State, Denver, and then Boston. But yeah, I think Golden State had won it. He was like, they're not the world champ. I don't know. It was just like, bro, like I remember the reaction to it. And what annoyed me about the reaction was that the people arguing on behalf of Noah Lyles were just like making this weird semantic argument about like what a world champion is. And like whenever you say you're arguing passionately that something is technically correct, it's like not 100%, but it's like 70% chance you might be being lame. Like, because it's like, bro, who cares? Like, there needs to be a who cares button for every argument that can happen on Twitter. Like, literally. Like, dislike, who gives a fuck? Like, delete this from my timeline. I don't care. Like, why are we
People should be
arguing
able.
about this?
People should be able to see it to see people be like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
but like, oh, 1,000 people like this, 300 people dislike this. It must be a hot topic. No, man, 200,000 people say, I don't care. But and if 20% of those people block this account just for asking the question, like,
Where will be a better place? Where will be a better place?
yeah, man. Like, don't nobody care about this argument. I don't get why he made this argument. And he dug so deep down on this argument. And then, like, now you got people blaming him for the relay fucking up. Like, I don't even know enough about track and field to know if that's fair. It don't feel like it's fair, but it feel like one of those things where don't nobody like you, so the unfair shit just flies.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
No allows. The thing is, like, if he were like 20, I would be like, all right, man, this boy young. You know?
He young, because he's young, you know what I'm saying? Who's the high schooler who was that team? Who won gold, by the way?
I think Quincy Hall. Shout out to the Quincy's. This Olympic strong. Let me tell you something, man. My whole life, I was told about how this name wasn't athletic enough. How this name, I'm about to have some name pride out here, right? Because the Quincy's have arrived into the international competition.
Let me know when you're done. You done?
I told you. Somebody told me when I was younger that Quincy was not a black name. Yeah. I used to get made fun of for that. They were like, yo, your name's not even black. Like, what are you talking about? I was told that this was a very black name.
Quincy's a very black name. Shout out to my cousin Quincy.
I've met so many Quincy's in my life. Have not met white Quincy yet. Only white Quincy I know of is John Quincy Adams. It's the only one.
I mean, I'm trying to think if there's.
I'm sure they out there. I'm sure they out there. I ain't seen them.
I'm sure there's a white Quincy. Shout out whatever white Quincy's out there.
Yeah, there's a Quincy Wilson and a Quincy Hall. And I believe Quincy Wilson is a young one. I'm telling you, man, the Quincy's went crazy. Like, that must have been a hot name in the 90s to name your child, because it is just now that I'm realizing that all of these Quincy's are out here. So maybe like early 2000s, it started to happen, because those are the people who are of age now. But some point along the line, Quincy went from this name that didn't really exist that much to boom, it's a million Quincy's out here.
I wonder who was the Quincy that set this off, where everybody.
I have no clue, dog. Wait, because it has to be Quincy Jones. That's why I was named Quincy.
It has to.
But like, Quincy Jones was hot in the early 90s. I was named in 95. You would think I would be at the tail end of it. This shit is not like my generation of Quincy's that were born in like 95. These are like 2000 baby Quincy's. And I don't know how that happened, because there was a Quincy drought in the national media in 2000. Like, what famous Quincy was there? There wasn't no famous Quincy's.
I can't even think of a famous athlete named Quincy right now.
Like in the 2000s?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I could think of one, Quincy Morgan.
Who? Okay.
And my dad was one of the people that bullied me. He said, you know, how could a wide receiver be tough with a name like Quincy? Not you, sir.
Man, yeah, man, I don't know. But yeah, if the younger dude was acting like this, he's 16, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. He's 16. It is what it is.
I would be defending him. I was like, y'all relax.
Okay. Yeah, because he's 16. It is what it is.
Before y'all make this a permanent personality trait, he gonna grow out of it if you just leave him alone. Like, yeah,
he's supposed to do shit like that because he's 16. You're 28. You about to be 30.
28, acting like an 8-year-old. Nah, that was forced. I tried to force a Kendrick going in there. That was forced.
Yeah. You tried.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I don't know who the famous Quincy was that blew it up. Let me look at Quincy birth name trends real quick. See if I'm on to something. See if the empirical data matches up with what I see in my life. Hold on. How the fuck do I find this? Quincy popularity. Yeah, name popularity. You know what? Kolb has gotten variations of names that would be ending Kolb has gotten up. Now we know why. Okay. That has to do 100% with Kobe Bryant. But Quincy. Oh, yeah, there was a spike. Yeah, there was a spike in 95 and another spike in 2002. And we've been on a pretty high curve since then. Quincy's a really popular name now. 600th most popular name. 607th most popular baby name. So Cole, the Quincy's are here to stay. We have gone. You know what I mean? Look, man. Look. We went from one of the least popular names up until what? 1968. I honestly think the origination of the name Quincy has to do something with people mispronouncing Quincy. That's how a lot of names start.
Oh man, you say it's an accident?
Oh, it feels like what?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because like think about how it would happen. It would have been us making the mistake, right? Mm-hmm. You hear Quincy, you from wherever originated, you think of Quincy Adams. And that's how we ended up taking that name. I think that's how that would happen. Like, it's the origin of a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how that would happen. Because, like,
hey man, I want to assume that your name is a mispronunciation.
Hey, real talk. Most names are. Most names are.
For real. They really are. They really
like,
are.
Names are just something that they'd call you, you know? But yeah, I think I've thought about it. Like I've had my whole life to think about this because I had a friend in high school that was named Quincy and I figured out where that name comes from. And I'm like, oh.
Quincy. Yeah. Oh, I can see it.
Because you know how I know? Because people used to call him Quincy all the time and he hated it, right? Because if you say Quincy fast, it sounds like Quincy. What Quincy sound like? Quincy.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I've lived this. I'm like, oh, I know how that happened. Okay. Like,
I 100% understand what you're talking about now. I get you.
Think about how it's pronounced right there, right? That's the phonetic pronunciation of Quincy. How it's said on my tag. Quincy. That's how we get here. Like, that is 100% how I believe that we got there. But that's enough about Noah Lyles and the Quincy Revolution happening out there. Put them cues up, baby. Yeah. We strong out here. Q names. It used to be tough, dog. I used to hate when they would sort by alphabetical order by the first name. Okay. Like,
you was always last?
No, worse, in the middle. Because either you want to be first or last, right? In the name or in the thing. You don't want to be like number 27th out of 35. Like, ugh. Like, you in the dead days, you know? Like, that's the dog days of the line. It is being right there. It's just the worst. It's the worst. They don't refill nothing, but they also, like, you know what it is? When you on a field trip, they sort by first name. You end up getting the last of the shit that they go serve before they come out and bring out the new trays.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's why you don't want to, you know what I mean? It's the worst place to be at. It's the worst place. Oof. Bringing back bad memories. But you know, those times are over for the Quincy's out there. There's enough of us to where we can skew the mathematics of that classroom. I'm usually against having a junior, but I might just have to name my son Quincy. But you know what? I don't even got to do it because the coach is strong right now with the Quincy names. We 600. I ain't got to sacrifice my son to that. You know, like,
can we talk about the Browns now?
Normal. Maybe something normal like Jerome.
Hey man.
You know, when your name Quincy, dog, in the early 2000s, they funneled me to all the art shit. Like, I immediately got handed a saxophone. Okay, like
Can you play?
it's like, huh? I played. I can't play. Like, but boy, did they try. It's like when you a brother named Raphael, they want to make sure you can't paint before they give up. Like,
You either got to paint or you got to sing. One of the two.
hell yeah, bro. You got to do something. And you got to be smooth. Like, can't be no Raphael here. Try to break weightlifting records. Get out of here. Like, they're not even gonna let you play running back your name Raphael. They're gonna let you play wide receiver or corner. Like,
Scout report, not physical.
nameism. Nameism, it's real. All right.
Can't play through contact.
Yeah. Doesn't like to go over the middle. Why you think that? You'll never let me. How you know? All right. Let's talk about the Browns preseason when we get in even more trouble.
Well, we got super chats we need to get to before we start talking about the Browns.
Let's talk about the Browns, and then I'll get to the super chats while I'm in there.
All right. Well, first preseason game is always funny because it's just like I see a couple people freaking out about what's happening on the field, and I'm just like, hey, y'all know this game don't matter at all, right? Like it don't matter, like even a little bit.
Oh my goodness, man.
You know, football is just back. That's all.
People are freaking out about left tackle right now. And
I get it to an extent. Like to an extent, I understand the concern.
Like, you really think that if James Hudson was out there in the real game, we wouldn't have a plan for that? Like, we've done this before where James Hudson has to play and we make him look solid. They'll have something figured out. And the way y'all complain about Jed Wills, dog, I'm surprised that people are willing to admit that somebody's worse. Remember when people were trying to fool us? Remember people trying to gaslight us into thinking that Garyon Christian was actually better than Jed Wills?
Hey,
like, I didn't have fucking eyeballs. Like,
shout out James Hudson. I know, hey, Jed need to send James Hudson a gift or something like, hey man, you done made it so everybody want me back. That's good. That's what we need.
Hey.
Good for the brand.
And I know somebody was freaking out because Miles tore up James Hudson. I'm like, I would be more worried if that didn't happen.
Exactly.
Like,
Miles was whooping everybody. Like it don't matter.
It don't matter, dog. It's Miles.
You know. They said Dewan had some good reps against Miles, but Miles was still whooping him.
Dewan got bigger.
What do you mean?
Like, he says he's 6'9".
Like he grew?
Yeah.
Maybe he should have hooped. I don't know.
Hey, look, I know he thought about it. When he got on that and was 6'9", he was like, damn.
Like, hey, if he was 6'11", you know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Hey,
maybe.
He look at DJ Burns every day and thinks, I wonder how that's gonna work out.
Like he look at DJ Burns and be like, it should have been me.
Oh yeah.
Should have been me.
I mean, he has a good argument. Like, he's in the pros now. He wouldn't be in the pros if he was. My brother-in-law is a big Louisville fan. He's so hyped about Thrash. Yeah, Thrash look good. I think what you want to see in the preseason and what's important is process stuff. And what I've seen from the Browns offense from the preseason is, they're doing RPOs again. They're doing read option. I saw bunch sets all over the field, tight, wide, all kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, they're showing enough formations. They're showing enough different packages, had some pre-snap motion where I'm confident that the process is going to be different than last year. Like visually, this looks like a different structure of an offense. I think that's a fair point to be at, right?
I mean, yeah. I saw you talking about it. I saw Jake Burris talking about it. It's like, hey, we're actually like doing modern offense stuff now. So that's
Mm-hmm.
positive.
I was on the screen. I saw like, oh, tight bunch. They ran tight bunch. Like, I was so excited.
Like, not the same offense we've been trotting out for the last.
You would think there's only one way to line up when you watch the Browns. Like it's just only a regular alignment. Like you can't do no tight, nothing. No, it was running tight punch, dog. I was like, hey, let's go. Let's go. I saw a stack out there. Like
defenses might actually have to think when they play the Browns. That's great.
Hey, it's crazy that they've had this much success. Like
honestly, it's insane running the same thing
relying on pure post-snap confusion.
I was just like, man, I seen emotion. I was like, oh my God, something new. Can't believe it.
RPO touchdown, that first one that got called back because homeboy came downfield illegally, you know.
Zach Zenser, he'll figure it out. It's not college. You can't do that.
It's okay. He'll figure it out. He got time to figure it out because he's not in trouble. So, you know.
Jesus.
It's just to bring the point home, right? But yeah, nice little RPO right there. I was like, oh, cool. This going to look real good when Deshaun running it. And that's the thing. It's probably going to look good with Deshaun running it. We didn't get to see Jameis for much. I didn't like that. I was like, he should at least got 3 possessions out there because, like, that didn't make any sense to me. Just have him out there for one. It was really weird what both teams did because Jordan Love was out there for like 3 plays. They scored on that, it was a slot fade on single high, which why were the Browns running single high? I have no clue. That's not something you run in the NFL preseason or not, but they were running single high. Basically, if you play Madden, legitimately cover 1 from Madden. Like that's what they were playing. Not Rob, cover 1. Like just straight up cover 1. Well, no, cover 1, I think they were playing thief. So the linebacker was playing the underneath. So cover 1. Man, or empty, like there was a check that was supposed to happen. I'm sure that somebody didn't make because that just didn't make any sense to me, and the result was predictable. And they just took Jordan Love out. I'm like, dog, that's not really a rep. Like you would think you would want him to get some more reps in. They didn't do that. And the Browns, they let Jameis go out there in what I believe was like a drive where they got maybe 1 first down and then kicked a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
And then just never played him again. I was like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all in all,
to me, there wasn't too much to like take from it, to be honest with you. Like I was just sitting there like, football. And then that was pretty much it the whole time. Like, I don't really know.
The one thing to take from it, no new helmets, man.
Ooh, nice.
Such a small upgrade, such a big upgrade. Like, I now I look at the pictures with the brown face mask, I go, ew. Don't look right. It's good. Good to be back. Good to have the old white face mask back, you know.
Were there any players that stood out to you in a positive or negative way? Because I'm pretty sure that's something we need to talk about.
All right, I'm gonna go from it matters the least to most. Thought Brady Breeze was out there hooping. Like Brady Breeze, number 39. I was like, okay, special teamer for sure, right there. Who else did I think balled out a little bit offensively? Wasn't really impressed by any of the running backs. Wide receivers, I thought Jamari Thrash had a nice game. Oh, Zaire Mitchell-Payton was hooping.
They was calling him Baby Chief. I was like, we got to find a new nickname.
All right, stop it. Now
got to find a new nickname for that.
Now we can't have fun. Defensively, who did I think stood out? I thought Khalif Elise had a horrible game. Oh, oh, Mamu Diabite might play. Think he might play.
Man, I seen somebody today say he was gonna get cut, and I was like, no way, zero chance,
Might
zero
play.
chance. He's zero chance he's getting cut.
If Devin Bush puts together 3 preseason games like that, that'd be enough for him to make the team for special teams.
Yeah, I can see it.
And then
I tweeted this. I don't know how you feel about it because people were like, "Who's gonna get cut from the linebacker room?" And I was like, I feel like it's Tony Fields
they
who's
like
getting
Tony
axed.
Fields.
Because like he's in the last year, he's in the last year of his deal. So I was like, it might be some cleaning up on the financial side happening with these guys, with these because they have other guys who are under contract for longer. So I was like, that might be he
That's
might
gonna
be the one to
be
get cut.
that's gonna be an AB and Jason Tarver argument for sure, right? Because
Okay.
that's who it makes sense to cut. I don't think Jason Tarver wants to. I think he likes Tony Fields. Think about it. Tony
Mm,
Fields played a lot last year,
he did.
so I think they like Tony Fields. But I could see the argument being there. And when it comes to like that deep down on the depth chart, usually it's up to the whim of the coach. But we'll see what happens there. He didn't get to play in this one, which is also another sign because I don't think he was injured. I just think they didn't let him play.
Mm,
Yeah. Now
we'll see.
so Mo Hurst was in trouble, but I think Mo Hurst is fine now. Shelby, I think who else played? Oh, Quentin Jefferson was ass in this game.
You say he was ass.
Yeah, he was ass. He was. I don't get it. Like, but you know, a lot of people are high on him coming out of New York.
You're not a Quentin Jefferson fan? You're not a fan?
I don't want to go that far yet, but I have yet to be sold. I'll just put it there on Quentin Jefferson. I don't want to become a hater, not like that, you know. So that's just where I'm at with him. Who else? I'm going to trust Curtis. I didn't like what I saw from the broadcast view from Jermaine Ifedi, but Curtis swears that like he played well. So I'll trust Curtis because I think Curtis watched the all 22 on that, and I haven't yet. So I'll defer to him. They said Bookie Watson was eating on Pro Football Focus. I have yet to see why they gave him a 90 grade. But like, they said he was eating like before he got hurt.
I gotta see the all 20. I need you or Jake to break down the all 22 so I can watch it.
I
I
think
was like,
Jake has broke down some of the all 22. I think unfortunately with timing, he did some of it on like a lot of it on Michael Hall because that was a second round pick. So like that makes sense. But yeah, I don't think because I talked to him about Bookie and he hadn't got to him yet a couple days ago, but I think he was on it at that point. So I'm pretty sure by the time he drop a pot, he gonna have all that shit there. Like Jake love breaking down preseason film. I love breaking down regular season film. I'm gonna get dragged kicking and screaming to this preseason film though. Like, let me tell you.
What did you think about Javion Cohen?
I thought it was interesting that he started.
I did too. Because I was like, hey, I said he was the one undrafted dude. I was like, hey, they might really like him. He might actually make the team. And when he started, I was like,
I think him starting is more, they didn't want to play Michael Dunn. They were super conservative with who they let play in this game. So like they kind of treated it like a Hall of Fame game, like a Hall of Fame game and a half, right? Mm-hmm. Because like even Michael Dunn can't fucking play. Like, okay, that's weird. But like Luke Whippler's out there. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that Cohen was out there even when Jameis was. So there's some level of trust that the coaching staff has in him. And it would make sense because he's a good athlete. And, you know, that might matter a little bit more for the guards, for what the Browns want to do and for what teams want to do, because teams are putting these athletic edge rushers inside more and more often. So it wouldn't surprise me if the counter is to get more athletic guards at the position. So I think they see something. They see some skill set in him that they want to develop. And I think he has a chance to make the roster because that was certainly interesting that they decided to start him. As far as how he played, I thought he was fine. It's hard to judge because like the tackle side, like the tackle position on that side just wasn't holding up well. But like also Ethan Pulisic, quiet as kept, did not play well in this preseason game either. Like I think he gave up one of the sacks on Jameis. So that was Ethan Pulisic's fault. So it's hard for me to see what was Javion's fault versus like something was going wrong on the line, or was he creating it? Again, I gotta get deep into the all 22 to why, like to figure shit like that out. Like I don't think people understand the reverse engineering that has to happen. Like how long I have to sit there and just tap in slow motion and look at every single fucking thing going on the field to figure out like, okay, this is what we're wrong. Like, so like, I love doing that in regular season because there's actual problems to figure out. In the preseason, I do find that approach to be a little bit counterintuitive because sometimes things look like a problem because they're just running super vanilla defenses.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like that's a hole there, but it's not really. So like, I'm always hesitant with how much I really like want to do film work during the preseason because it's not the science that like it is during the regular season. It's kind of more guessing. But I'll let Jake do it. Like Jake, Sam, Curtis, I am not on a rush to do it.
I was just watching it. Like I watched it the day after because I was doing something the day of, but I just seen people complaining on the timeline about it. So I was like, man, let me see what was going on, see if it was as bad as people were saying. And first couple possessions, I was like, okay, Rodney Hickman's the fourth safety for a reason. And probably should be leaving him out on islands because it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen the way you want it to happen. And I felt like the offensive line stuff was like mostly just James Hudson not being good the entire time. Because I was just like, hey man, and I'm not saying the other guys were great, but I was like, you are noticeably, demonstrably bad right now.
To be fair to James Hudson, he struggles on the right side. I have no idea why he's being flipped to left right now.
Yeah, and he's not even supposed to be playing left tackle.
I know why he's flipped to left. That's a lie. I know why he's flipped to left. That's the only chance he has to make the roster is if he can be a backup left tackle.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because Dewan, Jack.
I'm gonna say Dewan's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're probably gonna have like a swing guy be both of them, and like he's competing with like Jermaine Ifedi and everybody else, and like the odds are you're not gonna need a backup right tackle. So you want to see what he looks like as a left tackle.
If it's between him and Ifedi, then Ifedi.
Well, Ifedi, and Hakeem Adeniji too is in there.
Yeah, well, what are the other two? Please.
Hakeem played well too, so I do think it's gonna be tough for James. Like, unfortunately for James. And then they brought back Nick Harris, who is tackle eligible, and he's usually the other guy that can be tackle eligible. Like, Siaki Ika, let me talk about him. He was fucking awful in this game.
Here we go.
Yeah. I forgot. I was about to let it go. I was about to get ready to talk about fast food and shit. Siaki Ika. And I keep continuing to ask this question. Why was this decision made?
Jim Short's call, correct?
It appears.
It's like I think Jim Shorts was the architect behind this.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that baffles me if that's the case. And why I can't 100% believe that this was really a Jim Schwartz call. If Jim Schwartz really wanted him, you would think he would have a plan of something to do with him. Dalvin Tomlinson is out. And my man can't keep the nose position. He can't keep the one tech spot. He can't two gap. Okay. He can't do it. He can't one gap. He can't two-way go. You throw Jawan Briggs out there, at least Jawan Briggs. Look, here's what all I want Siaki Ika to do. That's all he got to do, right? For those of y'all who don't know, I am hand on chest, stand, anchor. That's all he got to do. Just stay still. He can't do that. I saw Jawan Briggs do that. And no disrespect to Jawan Briggs. I understand that you are on his hive. Jawan Briggs is a 7th round draft pick who is not supposed to make this team. Why am I seriously like looking at it and being like, yo, dog, I feel like Jawan should play more?
Listen, I said it.
Hey.
I said it when the Browns drafted Jawan Briggs. I was like, we sure he's not better than Siaki Ika right now?
I said it when the Browns drafted Siaki Ika. Okay. I was like, I don't get that one. Like, I went the whole draft process that year making fun of the ideal of drafting Siaki Ika. Like, he was a meme. A meme, I tell you, Cope, and we took him.
When Sam Kamara was playing in front of him, I was like, oh, that's bad.
Well, at least, like, here's where I see the bigger issue for Siaki Ika. Because Siaki Ika's niche is not going to be pass rushing. So, like, of course, Sam Kamara is going to play over him. Because he's not good at anything, but, like, he's definitely not better as a pass rusher. The thing is, like, okay, there's no elegant way to put this. He got to be able to do fat guy shit. And he can't do fat guy shit. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, Dalvin Tomlinson is on the team to pass rush and do big guy shit, right? Basically, hold that down. Be a force in the goal line. Jawan Briggs can do big man shit. That's why I'll call it big man shit, not fat man shit. Even though fat man shit funnier. Okay? See, you can't do that.
It's
so what are we doing?
Huge too. So it's like, what are we actually doing?
And like, I feel bad because like he seems like a really good person.
He does seem like a really nice dude.
Yeah. So like, I hate that I have to talk about him like this. Like, I feel legitimately bad every time I have to do this. Afterwards, not during. During, I'm in the middle of it. You know what I mean? But like afterwards, I do feel bad. Like, I would love to not have to talk about Siaki Ika like this.
I would love to not have to talk about him at all.
Well, I mean, I would love to talk about him like playing well.
Hey, so
there's a trade.
I don't know I don't know if this is out here. I don't know if it's out in the universe yet. But apparently Michael Hall only got charged with a misdemeanor.
That is wild.
That is insane.
That is
wow. Yo.
It makes you think about, because like, didn't something come out with Perion where he had a misdemeanor before the whole incident with the gun? It just makes you think about what are those misdemeanors actually.
He's already out.
We should have known it wasn't gonna be like, but when they said $10,000 bail, but I mean, like,
I was like, yeah, what is $10,000 bond? I was like, oh, he can now, like, that's easy for him, for an NFL player taking the second round. That's easy.
That's not even a lot of bail for a regular person.
Dead ass. It's not. That's okay. Well, don't think he's getting cut. That's it. Yeah, man.
Ooh, that's a lot messier of a conversation.
Yeah, that's a
lot messier. Because he didn't get charged with that much does not change the details
It doesn't mean he
What's
didn't do anything. He's 100. Well, let's just say this now. He's 100% getting suspended. That's happening for sure.
Well, I can't even say that because he's not even a high profile enough player to where I'm confident that the league's going to feel like they have to do something about this.
But if there's a domestic violence accusation, isn't it like automatic 4 games or something like that?
Let me look up the league's personal conduct policy.
Because I thought they implemented that like in the aftermath of the Ray Rice stuff, where it's like automatic 4 games now.
That would make sense, Cole, but I have learned, assuming that the NFL makes sense,
True. True.
never how you want to go about it. Um, Auto suspension. I don't believe the policy only applies to players in their personal life, lives, image, and spotlight. I think if you get found guilty on something, you can get hit with the automatic suspension, but I think everything's kind of up to what Roger Goodell wants to do.
Oh yeah, he has all power with everything.
So I don't think there is there's only an automatic suspension for things that affect the integrity of the league as far as like the product on the field. So gambling,
Gambling.
PEDs, those things trigger, and for whatever reason, substance abuse issues. I don't even want to get into the whole Josh Gordon argument, but the drug program and the gambling stuff, those have automatic suspensions. I do think that there is something, because I remember hearing about it with Deshaun Watson, like there is a 4-game suspension for like if you get charged and found guilty of something, but I don't think the case existing triggers a automatic reaction from the NFL. Let me read here. Euthanasia. Michael Vick's case was wild whenever you read it again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was a wild case. Each player, personal conduct policy. The policy introduced, okay, this is just explaining it. Each player has been suspended, reapply for institution. Yeah, there's nothing in here about an automatic suspension. I don't think you can get auto suspended here. So, yeah, there's PD auto suspension, and there's conduct detrimental to the NFL. What they got Myles Garrett on, smacking the dude in the head with a helmet, right? But there's nothing about this. And I don't know if Mike Hall's a big enough name and this is going to carry a big enough noise socially, because again, the NFL doesn't really care about the individual instances of this. They just care about if it starts to affect their branding. And you can say I'm being cynical, but if this doesn't make enough noise, the league's not going to do anything about it. Now, here's how I'll know if it makes enough noise. I'm going to go on Pro Football Talks Twitter and see if Mike Florio has made it a point to talk about this thing.
Gonna guess no.
There is no mention of it on Mike Florio's Twitter. This didn't make enough noise to where I think he's going to get suspended. Now, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
he's going to be... It's
looking like he's
going to be fine.
I really, 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 really want to reiterate this. If anybody might be close to Michael Hall, please do not be out here celebrating this. And also, still get that man some help.
Please.
Seriously, some serious help. Because we don't want this situation to pop up again and it's worse. That, I think everybody could agree with that, but yeah, if he gonna get out of it and Andrew gonna bite the bullet because he kind of got to, he drafted him in the second round. I mean, he ain't got to, but if you're Andrew Berry, you are going to see it that
way. If he got charged with a misdemeanor, he's going to bite the bullet on this.
We'll put it like this. He stuck through Perrion through a misdemeanor, and that was a 4th round.
Yes, he did. Yeah, so he's a 2nd round pick. This is what I was tweeting earlier. It's people were like, you got to cut him, you got to cut him. I was like, they should cut him, but they're probably not going to. I
Yeah.
need to see them actually. I need to see them actually do it to believe they're going to do it. And he got charged with a misdemeanor. They're not going to cut him. He's going to be on deep.
Woo. That justice system's something else, but he is definitely not touching that one.
Yeah, he ain't getting
Oof.
cut. So
That's crazy.
we'll see. That's actually insane. He only got charged with a misdemeanor for all of that
That's
stuff.
nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. Hey,
Yeah, that's actually crazy. It's actually crazy.
yeah,
But
I really don't got much else to say. You want to rank fast food? Let's rank fast food. Oh, wow. That's
yeah,
crazy.
all I'll say is I hope and pray he gets some help and that this isn't.
I hope
I
and
just hope
pray
he
this is
gets some
just a,
help.
well, I hope and pray, I think all of us can say, we hope this never comes up again. Not because it's being hidden, but because it earnestly never comes up again. That would be the best
Honestly,
scenario for literally everybody involved. We're thinking about the kid there. Like, just this should never come up again because you are changing your life. And I hope that he makes those changes. And if it's clear that he's making those changes in 5 years, man, cool. Like, but whew, boy, you getting a
yeah.
chance that not a lot of people would, man. Like, that's, I hope somebody smart in his life is letting him know how fortunate he is right now.
You got to
Like,
make some real changes, buddy. Some
boy,
real
oh my
changes.
goodness.
And you need to
I
make them
hope.
today.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Let's have some fun. See, look, man, we keep having to interject sadness into the pod. Like,
It was a
it's
serious,
been,
it's a serious thing, dog. It's a serious thing.
well, yeah, I know. It's been a long day.
Oof.
Let's see here. Okay. Bam. Rank some fast food, dog.
Oh,
Cole, can you give
we
me a level
ranking
real quick?
fast.
Ooh. Levels.
Mic
Now
check
give me a
one
level.
two one two. Mic
All
check
right,
one
we
two one
good.
two.
We good. We ranking. Ooh, got my Steam Deck info out here. All right, we ranking these fast food joints. Have you been to an A&W?
I have not.
I've been to one. F.
Oh,
F. It don't taste like the root beer. And you know how you only see like Dairy Queens in super small parts of Ohio? Like you don't never be downtown and be a Dairy Queen. A&Ws are like, they only exist in towns that have like less than 2,000 people.
hmm. See what we got. See what we got here.
Arby's. Where you got Arby's?
You about to put it in the F?
Who, me? Nah,
What's
I'm an
wait? What's
Arby's
below
fan.
what? What's below F?
Never had.
Never had. Okay. Arby's. I'm gonna put it in C.
I think it's B tier.
Mm.
It's super underrated. I know all
It
the
is very.
jokes,
It's
all the jokes
underrated.
about Arby's, but let me tell you something, dog. That roast beef sandwich with that cheese and that sauce in there, shit be hitting. Okay, it be hitting. And maybe if you don't like Arby's, it's because you be getting a dry ass sandwich. I can't help you if you ordered the wrong thing. But Arby's beef and cheese smacks every time. And you know what? Better than a Big Mac. Better than a Whopper.
Mm. See, a lot of these I have to since I've been vegan for a very long time now. I'm just going based off
Mm.
memory. So-
that, that is the difficulty that you have here. Baja Fresh, you ever had it?
yes, I have had Baja Fresh.
What do you think of it?
D.
I'll go with your word. Bumpy? We ain't never
I've
had
never had
Bumpy.
never had that.
Bojangles.
The best.
Really?
Love Bojangles.
All right, I'll let you have it. I ain't had that much money. Boston Market.
I never really had Boston Market a ton.
It's fucking garbage. All right.
Okay. All right. There we go.
It's fucking garbage. If you ever want to eat a meal that tastes just like the meal that you got when you was in high school, go to fucking Boston Market. And you get bad service at Boston Market too. Like, it's not even like a good service mid-food situation. It's like it tastes like cafeteria.
Ugh. Too old for that.
Yeah. Boston Market garbage, dog. It's fucking F tier. Burger King.
It hurts me. Hurts me. Gotta put it in D.
I agree. The fries is mid.
Yeah.
They do have a nice veggie burger.
Oh, what, the Impossible Whopper?
No. You never had the veggie burger from Burger King?
No, I never had the veggie burger. I had the
It's been
Impossible
like
Whopper,
a
though.
thing. It's been like a thing for Burger King for a while. Like, you get a veggie burger. It's pretty good.
No, I never ate that. Back when I was eating Burger King, I used to get those the original chicken sandwiches, the long like that those long patty chicken
You know, it
sandwiches.
was my shit, the
What?
stackers.
Ooh. Hey, the chicken fries though? Chicken fries used to hit. They used to hit. I ain't gonna cap. They used to hit.
Raising Cane's.
Ooh. You know what? I've never been able to have Raising Cane's because it got to our area after I was vegan, so I couldn't eat it. But I have heard phenomenal things about Raising Cane's. See, wow.
Yeah. It's just a worse version of Zaxby's.
Zaxby's is fire. Is Zaxby's on
Yeah.
here?
I believe it's somewhere in here.
Put it in the best right now.
I gotta find it. I don't know if it's in here or not. If it's not in here, blame Rail. He sent me this.
Man, what's next?
Carl's Jr.
F.
Yeah, I agree. They got too much food there. And speaking of too much food, Checkers / Rallies. We from Cleveland, we call it Rallies.
Oh, yeah, it's Rallies. F.
Now hold on now.
You not rolling with F? What you trying to say? D?
Rallies is not good. I think we agree.
Okay.
But they have enough locations, enough availability that it definitely has come in clutch before.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like when you talk about quarterbacks, hey, we bring it up intangibles, but you don't talk about what he can actually do on the field. He's a leader. He's great in the locker room.
Look, here's what I'm saying. You know, hey, look, those players have value. Jameis Winston probably not going to play. Doesn't matter. He's adding value.
Hey, he's better than Rallies. Don't do that.
He's much better than Rallies. I'm not about to do that to him. But you know what? You know what he is? You know what Rallies is? Rallies is like Rashad Higgins. It's not great. We know it's not great. But every once in a while, you want to throw that shit to Rashad Higgins. And he's open. And you know what? It ain't that bad.
Put it in the D column and let's move forward. Let's just move on.
It comes in clutch, man. Like them hours and the fact that you get like anything at Rallies. It's called Checkers. Felt ancestrally wrong.
Let's establish this. Any restaurant where you can get anything, usually not great.
That's fair.
Except
But
one
of
exception.
the
There's one exception.
I know you ain't about to say Taco Bell.
No, I'm not about to say Taco Bell. What's wrong with you?
Okay. What's your one exception? Is it on this list?
If we'll see if it's on this list.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, gotta put it in the best.
I don't agree with everything that organization does.
Yeah, homophobia
good,
aside.
Yeah.
Homophobia aside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the chicken
We
be
talking
good.
strictly food. We just talking strictly
The chicken
food.
be
That's what we're
good,
talking about.
dog. The chicken be
We talking
good.
strictly
Like
food.
we're not making any kind of stance here.
Nah, we are not supporting the homophobia at all. I promise.
All right, Chick-fil-A. I mean Chipotle. Chipotle. Chipotle.
See,
Someone said Rallies is not sober food.
it's not. It's not. Great call. Whoever said that.
If Arby's is B, Chipotle is B. I understand Chipotle has fallen off. But let's be honest about it. It's still in the top 10 of most people's like, oh, I'm going to get something to eat real quick.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not in mine, and I could actually eat there too. So it's still not. It's still not.
Fair
in mine.
enough.
I'm good. I'm good.
But like, it's still in mine. It's always
It's still in yours.
Yeah.
It's still in yours. So I gotta see what you got. B.
I'm gonna put it in B. It's not the best anymore.
Man, I don't know. It's a solid C for me. I can't budge on that.
All right, Church's fried chicken.
I feel like I never really had churches like that.
You must have not grown up on the east side.
Nah, cause we had Popeyes, so that's where I was at.
Yeah, well, there was a Church's in Warrensville. Well, it was in Warrensville / Bedford. Y'all remember where the old Walmart used to be in Bedford? Had like a GameStop and everything in front of it. Well, there used to be like a Church's that was over. Oh, no, that was a Mr. Chicken. Nah. Hood classic, Mr. Chicken. Church's, yeah, we'll just put it in never had. I don't think I had Church's there.
But say, I ain't really have churches.
Cookout.
The best.
Absolutely the fuck not.
The best.
Absolutely not about to put that in the best.
This was my exception. This was my exception that you could.
What did you have from the cookout that made you put it in the best?
Everything, dog. When I went to the cookout in Georgia, I was like, yo, we need one of these in Cleveland. We need it.
Everything from the cookout tastes like you could get it from the freezer section at Save a Lot.
Ah, man, you lying.
I'm dead serious.
Hey, bro.
And I've never had worse twos than from the cookout.
Worse what?
You heard me.
What? I didn't hear what did you say? What'd you say?
Look, I don't want to say it again. It's embarrassing.
You say the cookout gave you some issues?
Gave me the BGs, yes. It's a laxative. That's what I tell you. Shit ain't no best thing. B. Or you let me look at what's left.
Put it in B.
All right, no. You get the best. I get one that I get even if you challenge it. So
okay,
I'll let you
that's
have
cool.
it.
Okay, that's cool.
That's how we compromise here. All right. Culver's.
Ooh. Hey, you might have to put Culver's in the best, dog.
What, man? Come on. No.
Hey, Culver's is good, bro. It's good.
No. I've had it so many times. It's not.
You don't like Culver's?
It's all right.
Where you trying to put it?
C.
You trying to put it in C?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Because you don't ever be thinking to yourself, man, I need to go out and get some goddamn Culver's. You just see it like you driving somewhere, you see a Culver's, I'll get it. Del Taco. They got El Pollo Loco in here. Damn,
I'm about to say I don't know if I've had Del Taco.
It's like a better version of Taco Bell. It's like It's like,
So you put it. So you try to put it in D instead of F.
no, Del Taco's actual Mexican food. It's C at
Oh, okay.
least. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take your
Think
word for it.
think about where Del Tacos are and why Del Taco exists.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
because if you can find a Del Taco in LA, you can't find no fucking. It's hard to get Taco Bell in LA.
Yeah, yeah. Taco Bell is
Woo.
yeah. Whenever we get to that, that is going straight below F. No,
Danny,
no, we got to put it in
even
F.
though Taco Bell's vegan,
Is
not
it?
by choice, not intentionally.
Oh, okay. I'm
Ain't none
never
of
gonna eat
that,
it,
ain't
so it
none of
doesn't
that
matter.
meat real.
I was about to say I'm never gonna eat it, so it really doesn't matter.
Denny's.
Uh, D.
I'm gonna go see.
Ugh. Have some standards, man. Put that in D.
Wait. How long? Wait. Stop it. You ever had the Denny's burger with the
Yes, I've had a
fries,
Denny's
with the
burger.
grooves? That shit
Yes,
not good to
yes.
you,
It's cool. It's cool.
man. It's one of the better burgers that I get from a sit down place, a diner. You really want to put it in D?
Yes.
You must have had a bad experience. You and Rail, y'all both put this
Nah,
shit in like F.
nah. I had no bad experience. You just need to put it where it needs to go.
Why is it that bad? Like, what do you not like about Denny's?
Hey man, it's not even that about it being that bad. Like I had some good memories with Burger King. I still put it in D because that's where it needs to go.
Domino's.
Mm. Where are you at with it? Because I got to think.
It's a strong C to a B.
Same. I was thinking C.
I'll give it a strong C. Dairy Queen.
Ugh. My heart saying C. My head saying D.
It's C.
Okay.
It's a weak C, but it's C.
Yeah.
Like, you're never mad that there's not a Dairy Queen in your area.
It's not even like top tier ice cream joints. You
No,
know what
it's
I'm
not
saying?
anything. It's just, you know, they got a Dairy Queen. Like, a Dairy Queen exists there when your city does not have enough infrastructure to have actual ice cream shops. El Pollo Loco.
So I've never had a Pollo Loco, so you got to tell me.
Oh, you got to put it at least in B. Let me tell you
Okay.
something about El Pollo Loco. First of all, the chicken is real. It's fresh off the grill. And then you get these little cheesy rollers, dog, for like $1. And like $1 for something in LA is crazy. So you get like 5 cheesy rollers and like half a thing of chicken. You'd be full for a week. You'd be
For a
full
week?
for a week. Yeah. Yeah, because you can get chicken by the chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of them kind of joints. Look, El Pollo Loco. That's what it is. The chicken is crazy. That's what it is. The crazy chicken. Okay.
Okay. I'm
And
with
it's
it.
good. It's good. It's good. It's just it's chicken and it's real chicken. So it's white meat too. But it's good. Firehouse subs.
Firehouse sub. Solid C.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I would say C. Five Guys.
Gotta put it in B. The only thing keeping it out of the best is the price.
I object to this being in B. Shake Shack is such a superior place to Five Guys.
You said Shake Shack superior?
So superior.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Significantly superior. It's not cheap enough to be frequent. So you have to treat it kind of like a restaurant. And I don't think when you compare it with other restaurant burgers, it even holds up.
Say it's overrated.
It's very overrated.
Mm.
It's super overrated. Cause like if I want to sit down and get a fast food burger, I'm going to Shake Shack and I'm not even thinking about it. Honestly, I'm going to Grindhouse, but that's Atlanta. Y'all ain't got that. But Shake Shack, I've just had so many better burger places like that than fucking Five Guys. Nah, Five Guys is actually trash. It's mid.
So where you putting it? See?
It's straight smack in the middle of C tier.
Damn.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think IHOP make better burgers.
All right, let's relax.
IHOP,
See,
you can put IHOP in C, but you can't put Denny's in C. That's crazy. In-N-Out Burger,
you tell me because I never had it.
it smacks. They hype it up, and it's too busy to go to on a regular basis because like the lines for In-N-Out in LA are nuts. But it does smack. It smacks. And it's kind of got like a Chipotle vibe where you feel like everybody that worked there like their job. It smacks. It smacks. I'm pissing everybody off today. Oh my goodness. I just looked at the chat.
Chat mad.
Chat mad at that Five Guys take.
Oh, see? Telling you. Telling you.
I'm right. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I can't believe Cookout sitting there at A tier. Bojangles. The Cove representation here is just absurd.
Somebody has
Jack
to
in the
tell the
Box.
truth, man. You tell me.
Trash.
Damn.
It's better than Carl's Jr. though. Jersey Mike's.
Ooh. See.
I disagree. Have you ever had the chicken Philly?
I never had the chicken Philly from Jersey Mike's. You say
The
you was you saying
chicken-
B?
The chicken Chipotle Philly almost puts it at the best for me. It is one
Compromise,
of
put it
the
in
most.
B?
Yeah, I'll put it in B. Cause like I give you the cold sandwiches at Jimmy John's are nothing to scream home. I mean, not Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike are nothing to scream home about. But them Phillies are good. Like Jimmy John's.
D.
Really? I gotta argue this. I'm sorry. I'm a Jimmy John's fan. It's really good. The Italian nightclub, the spicy, the what's it, the spicy one? I don't know. I get the 9 and the 7. And the gargantuan. Smacks. Best cold sandwich place out. Nobody makes a better cold sandwich than Jimmy John's.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Like if you like cold sandwich, they make the best. They got the best bread. They got the best dressings. They got the best butter. They got the best everything. Like the best cold sandwich is Jimmy John's. They deserve B tier at least.
Okay.
I might, you know what? Fuck it. I'm putting them in A tier. I get one.
Okay, nah.
Yeah,
You get
because I would have put
one.
Cookout at D. All right, like,
You get one. You get one. That's fine.
Jimmy John's is great. Now, if you don't know what to order there, it could be an issue. But luckily, where I went to school, my homeboy Paris, who worked there, told me exactly what the other black folk was ordering at Jimmy John's because we used to get the food plan from Jimmy John's. He's like, yeah, man, everybody ordered a 9. And I'm like, all right, let me get that. And that's how I got hooked. You got to know what you want from Jimmy John's. Because like if you get a tuna sandwich from Jimmy John's, you're going to be pissed because it's not that good. But you get that the Italian shit from Jimmy John's, it's going to be fire. You ever been to Jollibee? What?
Been where?
Jollibee?
No.
Yeah. Okay. KFC.
Ooh. I feel like this is where. I actually feel like I feel like we go to agree on this one. I feel like we go to agree on this one.
Where are you putting it? Yeah, I can get with that. They're like the
Yeah,
last place I want to go for chicken. Sometimes I do get KFC specific cravings where I want to taste some KFC chicken, but it's not often. Like I like grocery store chicken more than that. I like gas station chicken before that.
absolutely,
Popeyes,
absolutely.
Bojangles. See,
KFC
is
the
there
chicken you
any
get when all the other places is busy.
KFC the chicken you get when you driving somewhere? And there just ain't no other option. So you just fuck it. Let's get
Yeah,
KFC and want some chicken.
KFC is not good. It's not good.
Or
What's
like
next?
they got a lot of like bulk deals. So like if you got kids, you probably eat a lot of KFC.
Yeah,
Little
that's true.
Caesars.
Little Caesars. Ooh, ooh, man. This reminds me of that meme. Little Caesars tastes good when you don't have somebody in your ear telling you it's not.
Hey,
um, them hot Reddies used to be super clutch, bro. They used to be super
dog, let
clutch.
me tell you, bro, $5 fresh and ready. I used to walk
Oh,
by a Little Caesar on my way home. I would just come back with the fucking pizza all the time, dog. It's gonna be C tier
yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah, man. Them hot Reddies used to be clutch. I give it a
Hey,
C.
dog, Little Caesars for the people. Okay, for the
It
people.
really is. It
For
really
the
is.
people.
Yeah,
Let me
C
tell
tier.
you
C
something.
tier for sure.
And look,
C tier.
sometimes you get a bad Little Caesars pie, but sometimes you get a good Little Caesars pizza, and that's just worth it. You know, that's part of the
Hey,
gamble of buying it
if
for
you get the
$5.
fresh ones, it's 100% worth it. 100% worth it.
Mm-hmm. If you gotta connect that Little Caesars, that's how I know that's where Little Caesars sell their food because like there's a thing called a Little Caesars Connect.
Hmm.
You gotta connect. Is that Long John Silver's?
F.
I ain't never. You had it.
F.
I ain't never had it. McDonald's.
Gotta put it in that C tier. Off rip.
You said C tier.
Gotta put it in the C tier.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yeah.
Moe's.
How you feel before I say what I want to say?
I'm gonna say this. I don't think Moe's is better than Chipotle.
It's not.
I know a lot of people act like Moe's is better than Chipotle. It's not better. It's just different. And you get free chips.
Where do we have Chipotle? We had it, was it B or C?
I got it at B.
Got it at B. Yeah, so and honestly, I probably put Moe's in D. C at best.
Now, Willie's. Y'all, you ever have a Willie's?
I've never had it.
Willie's is much better than both of them. I don't know what this noodle place is. I'm putting that never had. Panda
No, no, no.
Express.
Okay, Panda Express. Listen. B.
This is me you having this conversation with Cole.
Hey man, listen.
What? What?
Loved
Y'all
me.
really like Panda
Lo-
Express?
Loved me some Panda
Chat,
Express back in the
chat,
day.
chat, chat.
Oh,
Is
you
this a
call it to the
thing?
chat? You call it to the
Chat, like, is this a
chat?
y'all really fucking with Panda Express? This a thing? Y'all just like small businesses going out of business, huh? Y'all just like the corporatization
Wow.
of Chinese food, huh?
Hey
Panda
man,
Express.
I used to fuck up some Panda Express. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
First of all, the fried rice is the fucking shit at Panda Express. It is the worst fried rice you can buy. Like
I never got the fried rice from Panda
all
Express
it
ever.
is steamed rice that they put some powder on and just try to pass off as fried rice. Abysmal fried rice. The orange chicken is all right. You can't fuck up orange chicken. I will give you that. But like, ain't nothing else at Panda Express good. There's nothing you can get at Panda Express is better than just getting it from a regular Chinese food store.
See, we can compromise on this. See,
Low C.
all right.
Panda Express. Panera Bread. It's overpriced, but I will say they do got a couple of strong items.
They got some strong items. They got some strong
The pizza
items.
flatbread, the turkey chili.
The bagels, bro. Bagels used to hit in the morning.
I
Bagels
think
used to hit in the
other
morning.
places have better bagels. I think Einstein's got better bagels, but
But they got a lot of good stuff.
they got some stuff. It's overpriced,
Absolutely.
and they do sell a lemonade that kills people. But
My heart's telling me it needs to be in that B tier.
ooh, B tier is high. I think it's a strong C.
Strong C, but not strong enough for low B.
Dog, we got Chipotle and In and Out up here. Like El Pollo Loco is in B. Like Panera Bread don't make sense there. It's like putting Tyrese Halliburton next to the Olympic team. It's like, I guess you there.
All right. C it is.
There it is. Tyrese Halliburton sold it. Papa John's.
Mm, C. D
Yeah, I'm
maybe.
gonna say it's close. It's close. What the fuck? You you know what that is?
You said what?
PDQ right there.
I don't know what that is.
You ever had Penn Station?
I have had Penn Station.
I haven't.
Mm. Like Penn Station's good. I don't know if it's a B tier good. You can put it in C.
Pizza Hut.
I kind of feel like is the brand too strong for me to put it in C? Because I feel like I want to put it in D.
I want to put it in D2.
Yeah.
It's definitely my third choice or fourth choice. Like, hey, I gotta have to get Pizza Hut to have Pizza Hut.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like it has to be something I have to do.
Popeyes. We ain't
You
gotta
know where
talk
this
about it,
going.
man. We ain't gotta
Yeah,
talk
you
about
know
it,
where that's
man.
going. You know where that's going.
You know what? Man, throw that boy up here too. You know, we ain't even gotta talk about it. Like,
No discussion needed. Next.
yeah. Portillo's?
Never had.
Nope. I don't think that. You ever have Qdoba?
I've had Qdoba like once. I wasn't impressed.
Quiznos?
D.
We ain't been to Roy Rogers. Sabaro?
Ooh, C.
I'm not gonna argue
Strong
that.
C. Strong C.
Shake Shack?
I was
Gotta
about to
put it
say
at the
it's
best.
either B or the best, one of the two.
It's the best. Shake Shack is better. Is the best burger joint in the continental. It's the best nationally chained in every state. Like you could go anywhere in the US and get it to a Shake Shack. It's the best version of that for a burger joint in the US.
I agree. It's good. It's really good. It's really good.
It tastes good. And I had a Shake Shack in Vegas, Atlanta, and Cleveland. Smacks every time. Sheets. Y'all love Sheets up here. Boy. Let me
Sheets.
tell y'all.
This Cleveland. You already know it's B at least.
Yeah, we got it just for the cultural significance. You ever have Skyline
Mhm.
chili?
Uh, Anybody from Cincinnati watch our show?
I don't know, but F tier just in case. Can't let them out here think I got it sweet. Like, uh, Sonic.
B.
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 I ain't never had no Sonic.
Strong B.
Steak and Shake. Let me tell you something. This is a broke boy
Ooh.
staple.
Hey,
Okay.
man.
Hey,
Steak and Shake,
I'm
Steak
not
and
gonna
Shake.
forget where I came from. It ain't the best, but you know what? I'm gonna throw it up here. Like,
Hey, man. Where'd you put Shake? Where'd you put Steak and Shake?
B.
You put it in B?
Yeah.
Fair. Absolutely.
It's broke boy special. Look,
Absolutely.
a lot of y'all's first dates at Steak and Shake. Like, I remember at the prom, not the prom, at the homecoming, I went to Steak and Shake. When I was in college, Steak
Man.
and Shake. Not because it was great, but you know what? You get like a bunch of food for $5.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Those
They say
burgers
Steak
used
and
to
Shake.
hit.
They say Blake says Steak and Shake fell off 30 years ago. They had to drive through. Steak and Shake never falls off. You just get older. That's what happens. Yeah. Cause look, I'm too grown. I got a job. I can't go back to no Steak and Shake. But I remember why. I know for the 20-year-olds with the lint in their pocket, y'all still doing that Steak and Shake. Someone said Skyline is at least B. Well, that's cool. Subway.
At best, D.
I'm putting them in F. They deserve it. It's too expensive.
They do. They do.
It's the worst sub place and it's the most expensive one.
Man.
Like they're the last sub place I would go to. And I should put them in D because like I would still eat a Subway sandwich. Like some of this shit I wouldn't eat if you paid for it. Like with Subway I would. But it's just the audacity to charge me $15.99 for a fucking foot long. And you don't even put that much meat on it.
Remember when the footlongs were $5?
Dog, they giving us $5 foot long meat. Now I'm gonna stop myself right there. I'm gonna stop myself right there. Absolutely gonna stop myself right there. Swenson's. He just...
Oh man.
You done?
No. Oh shit. All right, next.
Just look at chat. Whoa.
Lucky, that's all they say. Oh man.
Where we putting Swenson's, dog?
Swenson's? Yeah. C.
Taco Bell.
F.
Just the biggest fall off of all time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Just
garbage.
That's bad. Every time I order Taco Bell again, I think I'm going to redeem the feeling. Every time I end up only redeeming one memory about Taco Bell.
The BGs?
Yeah, the diarrhea. None of the nostalgia from how it tastes, though. Let's see. White Castle?
D.
I'm going to make the argument for C.
What's the argument?
Them sliders be good, though.
Yeah.
The fries is trash.
Absolutely. Worst fries ever.
Wendy's.
Ooh. This might be where it gets a little controversial. The best. The best. Yes.
All right.
100%.
We got to debate the issues.
What? There ain't no issues. Ain't no issues.
There are.
It's the best.
See, I worked at a Wendy's.
What? Oh, you biased. You
I'm a
biased.
former Wendy's employee. Awful. Awful.
That's your
B
opinion.
tier at best. B tier at best. Not the best.
Mm.
How you need to explain to me what menu item brings them to the best to you.
Man, have you ever had a triple baconator? Ooh,
What is wrong
ooh.
with you? Thank
Oh,
God you went vegan, by the way. Like you was out here eating a triple baconator.
yes.
You must have had to go
Yes.
vegan on purpose. Like, dog, they was worried about your coronaries.
Hey, look, man,
Like,
full blown itis. Full blown itis after eating that bacon. Woo! I'm in there.
man, that bacon, by the way, is just nothing but grease. It's slits of bacon.
That's okay. That is okay. I'm telling you.
Chat, y'all really think Wendy's is A tier?
Listen, they disagree with me. I don't care.
Are they disagreeing? Wrong.
Yeah, they disagree.
Yuck. No.
Somebody said B.
Y'all making $5 foot long jokes. I can't stand y'all.
Shout out Rail.
All right.
Shout out Rail.
What Rail say?
You said stand on business. He ain't got to worry about that. I'm already doing that.
Man, first of all, Wendy's is fucking ass. I don't understand why so many people like to go to fucking Wendy's. We don't got no sauce. There's no sauce, nothing. Like at least Burger King got the stack of sauce. At least McDonald's got Big Mac sauce. What the fuck does Wendy's have?
Like I said, that triple baconator.
Triple baconator? Absolutely
Put it in the bag.
not. Absolutely.
On the go.
All that is beef, meat, and the ketchup and mayo. Y'all
Like I
really
said,
standing on business on Wendy's.
Standing on
Wendy's.
business.
Wendy's. And it ain't even about the chicken sandwiches. Y'all doing this over beef?
Oh, I didn't even get to talk about the 4 for $4. Come on, man. What? That 4 for $4 got me through college. Put it in the best.
Yeah, you must have been one of them motherfuckers in the tribe.
What you mean? You see how you projected on me right now, bro. It's okay.
I'm not projecting. I've had Wendy's at its best. Okay, I've had Wendy's the best way you can have it. Fresh off the grill, fresh fries, all that shit. It's all right.
Oh yeah, and I need the large lemonade on top of that too. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. The lemonade is kind of good.
The lemonade is amazing. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro,
hey,
the way they
also,
watch us to make sure we ain't drinking it is crazy, by the way.
Wendy's, if we're ranking best fries, Wendy's is up there. Very underrated fries when they're fresh.
You saying better than McDonald's?
I did not say that.
Okay.
I did not say that, but I said they are very underrated. Extremely underrated.
Can we compromise with a high B tier from Wendy's?
I'm amicable to this.
Talk about some goddamn barbecue nuggets. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Most of my hatred of Wendy's has to do because I worked there. Like,
I know. I'm very aware of
before I went to college, and then I worked there after college. Oh, I'm hearing the sounds of Wendy's again. Like it's just like doo.
I was like, this is all bias. This is all bias.
I'm about to podcast hard as fuck this week because I'm about to be in can't go back mode because made me think about Wendy's. All right, like.
You the one who wanted to do this rank the restaurant.
Don't blame me for my own decisions. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
You know when
don't hold me responsible for my own choices. Waffle House.
Whoa. Man, I love Waffle House. I ain't gonna lie. I love Waffle House. There it is.
If they had French toast,
hey, it's up there with Popeyes and the most predictable outcomes of this. 100% up there with Popeyes. Like
It
you
is
knew where they
not
knew were these
helpful
two.
that out the 7, 3 of them are chicken joints, and then the other 2 are Cookout okay, and Waffle House. And I fought hard to not have that Cookout down there. You want that Cookout.
Hey man, this is
you know what Cookout is? Cookout exists off pure nostalgia for hood barbecues. Like that's the only reason Cookout exists. That's what it tastes like. If you never had it, it tastes like a hood barbecue. And hood barbecues are cool when you're not paying for them. But I'm not about to pay no $20 to eat like I'm at a barbecue.
Hey, listen, I didn't spend $20 at Cookout. I spent a smooth.
You smooth $10.
$10. I was like, yeah, I like this place. I like this place a lot, actually.
What a burger.
Now, see, I've never had it, so you're going to have to let me know.
It's all right. It's a weak B tier. Ooh, absolutely not. We're not from Texas. All right. Don't know what the fuck that is. Wingstop.
Ooh. You can put it right with same tier as KFC.
You're that low on Wingstop.
I don't really like Wingstop that much.
Here's my argument for Wingstop being C tier.
Okay.
The wings are pretty middle of the road. But if you've gone out and you've tried to get wings, like takeout wings, you would know that middle of the road is not necessarily common. You can get some really fucking bad wings.
You can.
And Wingstop is always pretty mid. But mid's not bad. It's just mid. You get a bunch of flavors. All the flavors are fine. The fries are good.
The fries
they got
are good.
Chicken sandwiches. The chicken sandwiches are good. I'm talking myself into a B almost. Like, I'm gonna go high C now. You know what I mean? Like, look, if you want a real wing joint, it ain't a real wing joint. But if you just want wings, you're not gonna regret going to Wingstop.
The fries are actually very good. So if you want to put it in a C, that's fine.
Feel like to be lower than C, you have to regret going there 1 or 2 times where you're like, damn, I should have went somewhere else. That's why Burger King and D. Every time I get Burger King, I think I should have got something else. But yeah, had Burger King and just hit the spot. Most of the time I get Burger King is because I forgot what a Whopper tastes like. And then I'll remember, I'm like, okay. Like, should have got a quarter pounder. Like, should have went to Steak and Shake. Zaxby's.
The best. Put it in there.
I don't think it's the best, but like if you do, I'll throw it up in there. I think it's good though. It's better than Raising Cane's for sure.
Hey man, how many chicken spots we got in the best?
Look, man, we ain't gonna talk about that. Wait, here's why it's not fair to talk about that, because outside of what people might assume, I have a diet where I can't eat red meat. So like, of course, my favorite spot's gonna be chicken heavy. I can't really order burgers no more, even though Steak and Shake does have a turkey burger. Yeah, S tier, best. It's probably why I can't go to Cookout, because I'm definitely not about to eat no chicken that they cook there, dog. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't even have the chicken when I went to Cookout.
No, absolutely not. I had the burger. But yeah, so like, to be fair, some of us have diets where we can only eat chicken. Now, does that have anything to do with why this list looks like this? No, but that's my reasoning. Like,
oh man.
Yeah, we got Popeyes, we got Chick-fil-A, Bojangles, Zaxby's. It's only 4 out of 8.
Hey, those other 4 that didn't make it gotta feel real bad. Like, dang.
Hey, you know how bad you got to be a chicken joint and ranked number D? Like,
listen, we were very favorable to all the chicken spots.
Mm-hmm. All the good ones. Straight up. We almost put El Pollo Loco in there. That's the highest ranked B tier. Chicken joint. It's good though. And you know what? I'm tired of this. Chicken's just good, man. Chicken's just good. And we all know it. Jerk
I feel like
chicken,
no, I feel like
curry
nobody's going to deny
chicken.
this. Who's
Yeah.
going to deny this?
Yeah. There's a chicken for every culture.
Chicken pasta, chicken pizza.
Mm-hmm. Chicken
It's
parmesan.
everywhere. Like, come on now.
Come on now. We got grilled chicken, fried chicken, air fried chicken.
Who doesn't enjoy chicken? Every culture
Gas
enjoys
station
chicken.
chicken, Publix
Like, come on now.
chicken. Okay. Like,
I wish
by
we
the
could
way,
rank gas station chicken because it would be extremely higher than people think it would be.
oh yeah, marathon chicken is crazy.
Like,
Wait, marathon off 105th.
listen, gas station chicken be hidden. It shouldn't, but it hidden.
Hey, look, you don't want to think about what you eat, but you eat. It's good, right? So I'm there's just so many. There's no food that is that versatile. Beef ain't that versatile.
It's not. It's
You know what I
not.
mean, it's the best meat, and that's where I end the show. But if y'all don't like some of the rankings, remember that the most egregious one is Cookout being in the best. And Cole vegan, he don't know what the fuck he talking about when it come to food.
Oh wow!
So,
there it is.
Yeah.
There it
so
is.
yeah, look.
Are there restaurants we didn't get to?
Yeah, but we don't know those ones. Wawa.
Which ones are they?
Yeah, Wawa.
No.
Wings. Wurzenschnagen, I think it's a hot dog place.
Okay.
Taco cousin. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know none of them shits.
Yeah.
So that's it for Q and Cole. Crispy, crunchy chicken is a hit. Yeah, that's that gas station chicken. Who said that? Lawrence. Uh-huh. Lawrence don't love his arteries, but he does love good food. Like,
Hey, Hey, give me some JoJo's too. Thank you. Rex Fortune said, I love fried chicken, but I grew up in the suburbs of Akron. Gio Nino's was all
wait. So that man, Gio Nino's? What is that? You know how good like the quick fried chicken game is? There's no such thing as a sit-down restaurant where you get some nice fried chicken. Like they like, now you just gonna go to Publix if you want some chicken. Like, do Giant Eagle got like fresh made chicken?
Not fried chicken.
Oof. Man, let me tell you, bro. You ever been to Publix down south?
Mm-mm.
Get you some Publix. You ever had Publix chicken? Next time you come down, I need you to go to a Publix and get you some Publix chicken. It's fresh, fresh fried chicken.
I've been vegan for almost
7
years.
Yeah. My bad. Well, ask one of your cousins about Publix fried chicken.
I will.
You missed out. You might want to come back.
I'm good, man. It's been too
You
long.
might want to. Yeah, I would. It'd be a tough one. Love fried chicken, but I couldn't imagine loving fried chicken and only having KFC. Like it. Is that a thing?
You missing out.
It's got to be terrible. It's got to be fucking awful. Whew. Like you just don't grow up around fried chicken infrastructure.
Yeah, that they only eating KFC but liking chicken is weird. It's extremely weird.
You call it weird?
It's just a little weird. It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
It's not weird. It's not weird. It is
like
weird when I watch
KFC. So you never
that
made
weird.
that trip to Popeyes. You ain't never was like, I wonder what Popeyes tastes like.
And that's the thing. Everybody loves Popeyes.
Don't love those biscuits, but everybody loves Popeyes. Said don't love those biscuits.
See, look, you just don't know when to eat them. You know what I mean? You just got to eat them at the right time, and they give you jelly for a reason. You know, it's not supposed to be eaten raw. Like if you just be out here, just dry throating biscuits. I'm done for today. I quit. I quit sports talk for today. I'm done. I am retiring for the next 24 hours. I'm done. Like,
Oh man.
I have had enough. Y'all have a great day. Happy even. Did I miss anything? Is there a new message?
Nah.
Yeah, then people
Nah.
talk about that Publix chicken in chat. They know about it. But that's it.